Welcome to Two Whites and a vape pen, blue. You had 2 pens there today.
One, yeah.
How
nice.
come?
Battery, bud.
Just in case?
Smoke that doesn't go out.
At work today.
It's all good. It's
Yeah,
no
I
problem.
did. Went off.
My name's Jordan.
I thought you weren't smoking that at
Will
work.
and Mike.
Fridays.
Okay.
You only smoke,
Seeping
you
in.
only smoke on Friday?
Seeping into my...
Lifestyle creep.
Yeah, that's cool. I don't care at this point.
Fuck it.
Trying to wrap this shit up anyway.
What'd you spend your money on last
Get
week?
this
You wanna
over
talk
with.
about it? You've been working for about 18 straight hours, right? You got a
Yeah.
tape measure on the table.
I haven't stopped.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I spent money on just food, but I won money. But I played poker last week.
Mm.
Nice.
Oh, I played
After the podcast, right?
Yeah, I won like $120, I think. No, that was pretty cool. I was just head cracks, man.
What'd you
Did
drop
you get
it on?
invited back?
Yeah, but they hadn't texted me yet.
Exactly.
I went out and played some pool last night in fucking Brantford. That was cool.
Oh, that's sick.
Nothing
Pool
else. There's
in
nothing
Brantford.
open. It's the only place that has anything open.
Brantford's in orange, yeah.
Yeah, it's an open. Okay, went to some fucking pool hall. Like got there at like 6.
They make you show your ID, like for your address?
No, they just name and phone number. Very laid
Did
back.
you throw them a 519 just to throw them off
I
the
should
scent?
have. I don't know why I gave my phone number. I was like trying to leave without paying. I was like, wait, that's my fucking number. But yeah, I did that. It was fucking like we got there around 6, dead. When I like looked up from my shot, packed.
Who's we?
Me and somebody else.
Okay, so
You didn't say,
Okay,
you
alright,
didn't
alright.
say that.
That's fine. Okay, so
Hanging out with
I'm
somebody.
just thinking about like I'm thinking about like what kind of setting you're in. Okay, so it's like a place where you at least take a date. It's
Right.
a packed pool.
Well, it wasn't, but I guess it was fucking league night.
Probably nicer or less nice than end zones?
Well, far nicer. It was actually not a bad spot.
But
It
probably
wasn't
too,
bad.
like it's probably just it's packed because a lot of people are probably thinking the same way you are.
Nothing to
Like,
do.
Nothing else
Nothing
is
to
open.
fucking do, man.
Everything else.
Did
is
you
locked
both
down.
come from this area?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Holy
like,
shit, yeah.
yeah. Well, they were having that problems with that earlier too. When like everyone from Toronto was like, "Oh, we can't fucking eat in here. We're just going to Burlington."
That's right.
Hamilton,
That's right, yeah.
Right.
I saw Good Life
Never
stop
had a
somebody at
problem.
the Good Life stop somebody at the door. Monday was it? Monday or Tuesday? Coming from out of town.
Oh, really? Eh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
I
they're
heard about
taking
that.
it pretty seriously.
Well, everybody, like, they go, everything shut the fuck down.
But that kind of fucking sucks. It's like, I mean, I get it. You want it. Actually, I don't get it. If
Tell
you're-
me about it.
If you're like from Toronto and you're gonna go all the way to fucking Burlington or something to work out, who gives a fuck, man? You're
Go for it,
letting
man.
in the same amount of people. It doesn't matter. Like you guys are just lucky enough to like living in the orange yellow zone, whatever
Yeah.
the fuck.
We're red now. Brantford's orange. We were red until whatever last Friday.
Monday.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
This
Yeah.
Monday.
I guess, but that's how different regions become red. I guess because if fucking we
Maybe.
just keep going to Brantford every week, everyone is gonna be red too. Eventually.
I got my own theories about how we became red, but regardless, what else you spending money on? That's it.
Nothing crazy.
Slow week.
How much was it last night?
We did go back and forth.
Did you get wings?
No.
You learned your lesson, man.
No. We went back and forth. Probably, I bet you in total, probably spent like $50.
That's not bad.
It's not bad at all.
Yeah, for
The
beer.
wear and tear
couple
on the
beer.
car.
Yeah, that was the thing.
Okay, so you've been on a date with this girl. Same girl as last week?
No.
New girl.
Yeah.
Have you been on a date with this girl? Mike's eyes are in the back of his head. Have you been on a date with this girl yet where you haven't been to a place that sells spin dip? Like, is it that serious now? As soon as you go to a restaurant that
It hasn't
doesn't
even
sell
been a week.
spin dip,
Fucking hell, holy shit. I don't even know what the fucking what? Okay, yeah, we have, sure.
yeah, okay, good. That's good. Hope it's going well.
What did you guys spend your fucking money on?
You wanna
It's
go
like
next?
prying into my business,
Sure.
sons of bitches.
I'm old, married now. I don't spend money on anything fun. I just waste it.
I
Yeah.
don't spend my money, I just waste my
Yeah.
money.
Bitcoin and stocks. That's it.
I didn't spend much. I paid off my truck though yesterday.
Okay.
Nice. That's
So
good.
there was like just less than $4,000 left on it. I was like, ah, fuck it, I guess.
Yeah,
Sold
Might as well get rid of it.
some GBV and was like, all right, put it on the loan.
it's good.
Canceled the loan. That was I think it was like $260 a paycheck coming off. So it's like I'll just have that now. It's just
That's
nice.
great.
Sorry, that's super nice.
That's good.
Yeah, it was supposed to come due June 2021. It was a 3-year loan. So I was like, what's the fucking point? I have the money. I'm just gonna cancel it now before I take possession of my new place.
For
Just
sure.
less bills going out the door.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much what I spent my money on. Other than that, it wasn't much.
No,
Very good at that money this week, actually. Yeah.
You been spending any money on bubblies?
I bought this case last week.
Did you?
Yeah.
How much
No
does
alcohol.
that cost?
I don't know. $5?
Yeah.
Well, more than
Sorry,
Coke.
about
Kenzie came home with
beers.
2 cases today.
Of bubblies, yeah.
I bought bubblies with their fucking beers.
Alcoholic bubblies?
Yeah,
Right.
I forgot to mention that.
Small cans.
Small boys, so small.
355s.
355.
Jeez.
Bush Light,
I
man.
switched it up.
That's
oh
good.
man,
I switched.
getting so much heat over the years.
I gotta give Will heat for something, right?
Bush
I know there's not much.
I think Bush Light's a decent beer.
Well, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's completely fine.
I never
So
heard,
what
I never
prompted
heard
that?
you give
I don't know.
I've never heard you give Will shit about Bush Light.
No, it's just the Bush heavies are getting me too fucked up.
That's exactly
Getting
what
me
I'm
too fucked
saying.
up. I'm like, okay, I can't be doing this
It
anymore.
helps you pace yourself without pacing yourself.
Yeah, I can just like, but the thing is, I look down, there's like 8. I'm like, oh yeah. And I'm like, I could probably drive. I'm not going to, but I could.
Do you ever think about how much less money you spend buying like shitty's the wrong word, but like whatever commercial, mass-produced Bush Lights than you would spend buying like whatever Bose or
How much money you would
how
spend?
much you would save? Because I think
What do you mean?
if you bought 8 Bush Light Tall Boys compared to like 8 whatever quote unquote,
You probably save like fucking $30.
I would guess it's like 20%.
It's more,
They're like $4 a
These are
piece.
about 350, 375.
Like the bench.
They're like they're
It's
close to
three.
$4.
I think it's $375 for like that bench.
Ugh.
Maybe $350.
Yeah.
And then the regular tall boys you can get for
$2.
$1.95, $2, right? So you're
Bush?
saving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then in those I only like 2 or 3 of them
Same.
anyway, right?
This is my third.
Yeah.
This is my third one. I started at 5 today. Me and Ken had a couple of drinks. She's not drinking, but she had bubblies, whatever. We were
Couple
hanging out
bubbles,
here,
eh?
couple of pops.
hanging out, listening to some tunes and talking about plans for the next year. So
Yeah, that's
Just fucking crush a pop on my way over here. First one I had in fucking like forever.
you did have that.
Yeah, I needed
Wendy's
something. I
coffee
was
in there.
fucking gassed. I'm like, I don't want a coffee right now. I get
Yeah.
all fucking shaky and like agitated. I'm like, I get a pop.
Sprite?
Coke.
Coke,
Yeah.
yeah.
To the OG. Fuck yeah.
You know what I had last night? Bowl of ice cream.
Nice.
I just had it in the freezer. I
What
just saw it. I'm
flavor?
like,
Chip?
Vanilla?
French vanilla. But I
Nice.
had French vanilla, but I had that the chocolate sauce you pour over it, it hardens.
The
Oh.
best. The crocodile sauce or the
Yeah,
turtle
fuck
sauce
yeah,
or whatever
yeah.
it is.
Oh,
I
fuck
remember
yeah.
that.
Man, I don't know why.
Where did that go? I haven't heard that product mentioned in 20 years probably.
Oh, I know. It was I forget where it came from, but I remember someone in my household mentioning it, and then all of a sudden it was at my house. So then I just saw it. I'm like, fuck, I hope you have ice cream. And we totally had ice cream because we always do for some reason. And then I was just treating myself to a nice bowl of French vanilla with some
Treating
chocolate
yourself.
icing.
How many milliliters would you say of ice cream you had?
I limited it because it was close to bed.
Mm.
I didn't want to go too crazy, you know.
Fuck that. If I'm having ice cream, I'm having like
I'm going all in.
fat fucking.
There also wasn't a whole lot left, and I don't know who bought it. I'm
Take
fucking
the
who was that
rest.
once, and I was like, all right, man, I'm just
Take
gonna have a
the
couple.
rest.
Nah, I couldn't do it.
Who cares who bought it?
Yeah,
I'm usually super on board with that, but if there's like someone obviously
Usually,
usually,
I'm usually super on board with taking
Ration.
people's shit.
What's
Totally.
ration? Don't know.
but like when it's like ice cream, I know someone specifically bought that probably for themselves,
Yeah.
and there's like maybe 2 servings left if I'm being generous.
I'm taking 2 serving.
Nah, I'm not.
What's a
They
serving?
Hide
Is it-
the evidence.
Is
I
a
guess.
tablespoon a serving?
Could be.
A tablespoon
Yeah.
like this big?
Well, like a heaping tablespoon.
No,
Like,
I
what are you
think
sticking in there? You have an ice cream scoop?
no.
Okay, so what do you stick?
Nice.
So what are you sticking in there?
Like a spoon, like a
A
regular
tablespoon.
spoon. But I'm like getting like a nice.
Yeah, it's a heaping scoop.
Okay.
Is that a
it's like
serving?
this big.
Yeah, is that a serving?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a serving?
I think
Then
so.
I'm having like 4 servings every time I
Like
fucking
this
dine.
much?
Oh yeah. I don't give a shit. If I'm having ice cream, which is like few and far between, I'm going fucking in.
You
might-
a cone or a cup guy?
A bowl.
Bowl for sure.
Put it in a
fuck
bowl
yeah.
and
Yeah.
just drill it in.
Isn't
you.
cone's way too much work?
I'm not like I'm
Yeah.
doing it. Like I'm at my worst.
You gotta
when
be
I'm having-
gentle with
I'm
the
laying
cone.
in
I know.
bed. I'm just fucking watching garbage TV, eating a fat fucking bowl. I'm a piece of shit when I'm
Season 7 of
have a
Trevor.
cone and just like
You don't
No,
ever
you're not gonna make it at home.
Manicure the
That's what I'm
cone.
saying.
You're making love to the
Fuck
cone.
outta
If
here.
you went to Baskin Robbins, your cup.
I'll get a cup. Yeah,
me
I'll get
too.
a cup.
But-
I'm a fucking
Alright,
slob.
when you say cup, do you mean like waffle cup or like?
Oh,
No,
you
just-
might
no,
as
no.
well, man. It'd have been for a penny, man.
I
Get
have
the
never.
waffle cone.
There's the Venn diagram between time I've been employed, like meaningfully employed, gainfully employed, And
Meaningfully
time that I've not ordered like the most expensive cone on the menu when getting ice cream, there's no overlap.
What are you saving? $2?
I always get the most expensive cone available.
How much is the fucking creme de la creme cone?
The
$2?
nice chocolate dip sprinkled.
Oh yeah,
I'll take whatever they got. You have anything with more sugar on it?
Can I get a bowl of
I'll take
ice
one
cream
of
with
those.
a cone on the side?
Give it to me.
And then you just
I'll
get the
take
cone,
it.
just throw the cone out. I just do it because that's what I said I did. That's what I did.
When you
It's
get
kinda
ice
my
cream, like at home, bowl for sure.
Oh fuck yeah,
I'm
for sure.
not trying to like.
When I was younger, my dad used to always have a fucking case of cones.
We still do at my house.
But the shitty cones though.
Yeah, just the
Oh,
shitty
nice.
plastic wafer cones.
Yeah.
They're still fucking.
They're alright. They're not
delicious
bad.
at the
Yeah,
end.
they're not
that
bad.
last bite is fucking
little
good.
soggy, like ooh.
This is it, right? Like when people talk about like the rations you need to sustain yourself during an apocalyptic event, they talk about a lot like these 2,000 calorie astronaut meals. They should be talking about those cones.
Yeah,
Because those cones never go bad.
and premium plus crackers
And premium plus.
Oh, yeah.
saltines.
Yeah.
We did have a whole thing of those
And
cones.
Lipton soup bags.
Yeah.
Those are never going bad.
We have
There's nothing in them.
Mice ate the whole fucking thing of our cones.
That's a problem.
Who
That's
did?
A lot. Mice did.
Oh, mice.
Madison
They said
squirrels.
I did. They said Mike did. I was like, when's
Mike
that? Just like in the pantry, just sick.
Mike, what are you doing here?
Like I told you.
14 wafer cones.
He's expired in 04.
Mike, it's 2010.
10 years ago?
You're almost 20. What are you doing eating wafer cones in your friend's pantry?
It's way more likely to happen in
This will
2010
never
than
happen
now.
again.
I'm living.
I know.
I'm living in this guy's house.
Booby, come get your son.
My money this week, now that you're asking, thank you, went to, before the show, Kenzie came in, we were talking about the exercise bike we just bought.
Remember the one that you were talking tons of shit on that you shifted sides? You do that a lot.
Which one?
Yeah, you do.
Mr. Peloton wannabe guy.
Yeah, it's called, An Evolving Viewpoint.
Yeah, well.
Okay, we bought an exercise bike, it was like $700.
Don't take such a hard stance on it.
Do you know how much?
Everything.
Do you know how much? Yeah, hard stance to sell. Do you know how much the Pelotons cost for the base model?
2500?
They're $1,300 US, I think, or $1,400 US.
Okay.
So not super
thank
cheap.
You.
Not super cheap, but I didn't realize until this week, and like I was saying to you guys before the show started, there's like a super sick like competition aspect on those things. You could convince me to spend that money on the bike if the bike didn't also require a $50 US a month membership for that competition.
Yeah,
aspect.
that's so fucked.
That's
$50 a month?
Yeah.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, that's too much. If the bike was free, sure.
Yeah.
They should do that. But everybody take notes from fucking Fortnite.
Don't know.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Why don't you do that? Just sell and then you can sell skins for it and shit.
I found out that
You pay $50 this month, you get a red light.
I also found out that the bikes use this it's like a hashtag system where you can like pick down or run down people who are in the same sort of like communities as you. So for example, another podcast
What does
listened
that
to
even mean?
the Kornheiser show, Tony Kornheiser, who's one of the co-hosts on PTI, a show you've both probably seen over the years.
No.
Pardon the interruptions, sports talk show every night at 5:30 on TSN. It's been on for the last 15 years.
Never watched sports talk radio.
You know this guy. If you were to see him and hear him, you'd know him.
Is he
And so-
glasses?
Yeah. And
I definitely seen him, but he's been on Sportsnet.
He's the only
Yeah,
guy.
Every time I see it, change channel.
Oh yeah, it's a televised radio show.
He's jokes. He's jokes. So like him and his son were talking the other day on their morning show. This is their podcast, whatever. Now that he does this podcast separate from ESPN, and the guy says they have this hashtag that's like related to the show that. Now whenever his son like goes on to ride Peloton, there's always like someone challenging him to a ride or challenging him to a race or like, and there's like leaderboards and stuff for your age group, for your all this stuff.
Beat me in this race.
Could
I'll
be,
take it back.
And like the other thing I thought about today or yesterday for the first time, I don't know a single person with a Peloton that doesn't love it. Now, obviously, I know there's some bias there because they don't want to look stupid. They just bought a $3,000 bike with a membership attached.
Yeah, that doesn't move anywhere.
But I mean, we talk all the time about shit we've wasted money on.
Yeah, that's a lot.
We're like, you know what? I don't really like this thing. This is a fucking dumb way to spend $100, $1,000, $2,000.
I guess. Yeah, that's a lot though. It'd be hard to flip flop when something just dropped like
don't know
a fucking 3 G's on or 2 G's on.
It's 2 G's US. So for us, it's like you're closing in on 3, right?
But it would be pretty decent. So like you'll like be the middle of winter and be like, yo, do you want to go for a bike ride and we'll just fucking cruise and we can
That's
just
the
sit
shit.
on like TeamSpeak or whatever the fuck. I'm sure there's some kind of component where you can have headphones on or just like
I haven't
Skype
heard
with
anyone say TeamSpeak in 10 years either. At
That's
least.
Discord
Yeah.
now.
We're getting on Ventrilo later.
whatever.
Event.
I've never used any of those three. I just know because of Maroon's videos.
So, unrelated to this, and that's all I spent my money on, but I'll mention this. I've been having a time with the PS5 the last couple of days.
Yeah, it's worth it.
It's
Value
been,
for
it's
money.
been a hoot. It's been a hoot. So,
how much was it?
500.
$720 all in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my fuck.
So,
that.
Was that your Christmas gift?
We're not doing Christmas gifts here this year.
Oh, okay.
Like
So we're not
we
doing
spent all
shit
this.
then.
We spent all this money on like, the bathroom,
Yeah,
all this
yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
and like, whatever. It's fine.
I was gonna say that's a lot to spend in fucking late November.
So you know that the PS5 has an app attached to it that I think is
know.
exclusive to the
Mhm.
PS5.
I know.
And
None of us know.
the voice chat now, instead of doing it like whatever you did on like a headset
It's
before,
recorded and given to the government.
only if you tell them to. You can do it on your phone. You can just put it on speaker on your phone and fucking
pretty
talk. It's great. You don't have to buy a fucking headset.
That is pretty
It's
sweet.
fucking sweet.
Yeah,
And
that
so
is pretty
What's
sweet.
the
that-
quality like though?
it's great.
It's
Love
gotta
it.
be
It's
good.
great.
There's no way that
It's
it's bad.
great. So that's
Yeah,
one.
but you're using your phone's mic.
That's one piece. The other
What about
piece,
you plug your headphones into your phone?
you can do that too. You know what else you can do? The fucking controller has a mic and a speaker. You can do voice chat
That
through the
was before,
controller.
no? I think PS4 had that.
In the controller. You
Yeah.
can talk through the
Really?
controller and hear back through the controller.
You can hear back. I don't know about, well, maybe not mics, but like I'm playing fucking Grand Theft Auto and the cops are chasing me. I hear it through my
That's
fucking
one
controller.
thing. These guys do the
Oh, yeah.
voice
What the
chat.
fuck is going on?
These guys do the voice chat through the controller.
Oh yeah.
And my buddies are going, "Did you get a new headset? Like you sound really clear." I'm thinking to myself, "This is the controller sounds this
Yeah.
good."
Wow.
Well, they bet that should better be like fucking
Just
fine tuned. Like it's PS
bro.
fucking 5.
Isn't it nice though? Like you spend all that money and you don't have to worry about
And
buying
things work.
Yeah,
Like,
it works.
That's
It's
insane.
because nothing else has worked like that until this
It-
era.
like I said,
right?
it
Like
fucking
PS4
better
doesn't
be
fucking
good.
work that way.
It better be
Yeah.
good for what you fucking pay and for how long it's been anticipated and this and that. Even though PS5 for me, like,
And we're talking about like Ventrilo,
yeah.
TeamSpeak.
Well, like, but
None of that shit worked
PS5,
that
like,
No. That was
PS4
also-
still doesn't.
PS4 seemed like it was more like anticipated than PS5. PS5 just kind of came out out of nowhere, like, oh, PS5's out now. And
I
it's
didn't
like
even hear about it
games
until
about
like a
Yeah.
month ago.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, okay, I guess PS5. Can you grab one? They're bucko. Yeah. And then, yeah, I'm like, oh, I guess fucking PS5's out now. And I was like, I'm just get PS5. I'm like, no, man, of course I'm not. Like, what the fuck? Like,
You're
why? Not for like a long time. Like, I don't,
Price goes down.
if even. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like at that, I'm like, what? Like, I don't use my PS4. It's a Netflix machine.
Don't forget,
Right.
those systems basically last for like what, a decade?
I still have my PS4. It's
You know?
fucking primo.
So
And
it's a
all the shit
360.
I put through- yeah, but it works. Red rings on it.
If you
I have no idea. Mine was pretty good.
if
Yeah.
you spend money once every 10 years on something like that, you're doing okay. That's not that bad.
But just like I don't really see the thing. If I'm buying anything right now, I'm telling you, I'm buying that fucking VR. Woo! 56. Woo!
Oh God.
Fucking, I'm buying VR, man.
What? Really?
Fuck yeah, yo, Red got one. And
Saw
we're
that.
playing it at his house, and it's fucking jokes.
People do seem
Yeah.
to like them.
Man, it's like it's
I'm
crazy.
surprised. I
It's
thought-
so fucked. It's so trippy.
I keep thinking that it's just like a fucking gimmick. Like it's
It's-
still like, it's cool, but it's kind of like what the Wii was when fucking 360 and PS5 came out. That to me is what it's like.
crazy. It's
Yeah.
fucking crazy. Like you can't even like. It seems stupid until you do it.
Is it the Oculus or is it?
Yeah, I
like,
think that's what it
Yeah,
is. Yeah, one of the two. I think it's the Oculus. I don't know.
Is that,
But
the
it-
one, is that the one Facebook owns?
Yeah.
It's like it seems so shit until you use it. You're like, then you like put it on your face. You're like, holy fuck!
Oh yeah.
It's so trippy. Like we were just playing mini putt, and it's fucked how real it is. It feels
Yeah.
so like it's not like the graphics are trash.
Are they really?
They're not like amazing, like compared to what they should be
Right.
versus other video games and stuff. But it's like the shit that they're doing. Like we're just playing mini putt, and it's like you can sit there and you can like legitimately get better at putting doing
Yeah?
this shit. Fuck yeah, it's fucked.
That's also like the stock game, right?
Yeah.
It's not like the fucking
There's like the
COD or
archery
whatever.
game.
There's like-
and
It's
yeah.
Wii
shit.
Sports.
It's Wii Sports, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, which is fine.
Is there other games for it though?
For
Yeah.
sure there is.
Yeah.
For sure, there's probably tons of games. But like it's just like he has all like demos and shit, so we don't really fucking.
I've never heard of like, oh, yo, have you ripped COD in the fucking Oculus?
I don't even. I wouldn't want to do that.
Why? You too scared?
Fuck, it would be fucked.
You have to like
scared.
you have to like strap your feet into the ground or something so you didn't like run away.
No, you like fucking you do this thing where you like set an area.
Yeah.
And so and then if you're moving around, and then if you get too close to the your perimeter,
your guy just stops.
You'll see a red grid line come up. You're like, you're out of your area. You got to turn around because he just set it up at his carpet.
Yeah. Okay.
And if you go too close, you're getting too close to the his flat screen that's hanging on the fucking wall.
Yeah.
And we're walking around. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? He's like, okay, we were laughing so hard. He's like, you gotta check out the porn.
Oh yeah.
It is fucking ridiculous. It's fucked.
Yeah.
It's fucking. We were howling. It's so funny, man.
How does he get the porn on though?
You just watch it. It's on the internet. I don't know. I don't think there's got to be some app or something for it.
Yeah.
But it's so fucked because you can just
paying for porn.
I don't know. Maybe, but I doubt it. But you can probably get some stock fucking thing.
It's like POV, but you're
and you can move around and you can't do anything, but you just sit there and it's so fucking.
Josie spanking. I can see an arm come down.
The virtual hand.
It's like a black hand.
Oh, we gotta cut that out.
It's so fucked up. It's so fucked up. You just sit there it's so weird. The person, she's on her knees, the one that I watched. She's I'm watching it I'm watching VR porn with my two buddies in the room. Such a hilarious predicament to be in. And they can hear it out of the headset.
Oh yeah.
It's I can hear it clearly, but they can still fucking
Doesn't
hear
that
it.
sort of defeat the purpose if it's that loud?
It's fucking so
You're
jokes.
my dick isn't that big.
She she leans in and she's like, I just want to know why you're wanting to bang your stepmom. And she leans to one ear and it's goes to this ear.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can look around and get closer. It's so fucking weird. It's not even close to fucking real shit at all. It's just fucking weird.
You think it would be better or worse? What?
Than sex?
Than regular porn.
I don't know. I couldn't even develop an opinion. I was laughing way too hard. It was so ridiculous.
Just rub one out in your living room,
and look around, imagine how fucked up that would be, for someone to walk in on. You just got these glasses on, just porn playing, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? It was so fucking funny, man. We were dying laughing, man. Because I'm in there and I can just hear them laughing because it. Okay, if you watch porn in a room with fucking other people in it, it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
It's always funny because it's so ridiculous. It's so hilarious. Just the shit they're saying. I can hear fucking Dustin just start laughing super hard. So now I'm fucking laughing. I just wanted to see what the fuck it was because apparently it's the shit.
Yeah.
And I'm looking. I'm this is fucking weird.
I'm sure it's gonna get a lot better.
I would hope. I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't develop an opinion.
They'll sell you a fucking suit pretty soon. You just strap in and.
Just get banged
and
by some.
Yeah.
The chick was super hot. I wasn't pissed looking at her, but I was like, this is fucking weird. It was too interactive. I just wanted to get in and get out,
Yeah.
It is good though that that might be
doing that?
Well, it might be good for I can think of if you were disabled, for example, right?
Oh
You want a physical experience. Not saying it had to be porn, but if you want a physical experience, COD maybe or something like that.
But I thought you still have to move around though and shit.
Well, for now,
you can definitely just fucking use joysticks and shit for sure.
Yeah, for now you have to move around, but at some point it might be eye activated or something like that. I don't know. I almost bought COD for PS5.
It was cool.
I probably won't do it, but it's yeah.
I can't see you playing COD. You probably suck at it.
You know what?
You definitely suck at it.
In Black Ops 1.
This is fucking 10 years ago.
Yeah, when I was in my prime.
And you had reflexes?
Yeah, my KD was almost 3-1. It's fucking good, really good, and I played a ton. And then I didn't play for probably 2 years or a year, something like that. Tried to get back into it.
Hey, you let the youth catch up.
Reflexes,
the youth
terrible.
The young kids are fucking nasty at that game.
Just couldn't play. And I was playing on a 25-inch TV in my bedroom.
Oh yeah.
Couldn't I was like this.
Those are better.
You think?
Yeah, it's better reaction. Because there's less frame rates or whatever.
Oh, less input lag or whatever?
I don't know, whatever. Somebody was explaining it to me I fucking understood.
Kind of makes sense.
That's what happens with my brain. I'm super interested in things that are very articulate and very intellectually inclining, and I'm just too dumb to understand it. So I want to learn it, and I'm reading about space and black holes. And oh, that's fucking really cool. I don't understand shit.
That's so jokes you say that because that exact scenario happened to me today because we had a problem on the line, sort of whatever was sort of an issue. We want to look further into it. I'm okay, let me find out what I can. Went upstairs, talked to our hydraulics expert. I was explaining to him the problem. It was we had a leak. Some breather cap was leaking oil on the axle. He's like explaining to me and all this shit. I'm like, oh yeah, totally, yeah, okay. I was talking for like 15 minutes. I'm like, all right, man, this makes more sense. Totally, like, get it. Yeah, cool.
Get down to it. You're like, fuck, I forget everything.
I'm like, yeah. Then I was like, all right, cool, man. Like, yeah, like that helps a lot.
Let's go put this into practice.
And he's like, yeah, like we'll go down on Monday and we'll like fucking do all this shit ourselves. I'm like, okay, cool. In the meantime, we go downstairs and like explain to the line supervisor like what we think is going on. I got down there, I'm like, man, I don't fucking know what's going on. I had it in my head. I'm like, I kind of explained it, and then I got to a point where I was like,
what am I even saying?
I was like, honestly, that's as much as I can tell you. I can keep trying to bullshit, but it's not going to mean anything to either of us. So like, just wait till Charlie gets here.
It's always wrong. I do that too. Somebody will explain it to me, and I'll explain it to someone else who's playing telephone.
Yeah,
and it's like I just give the most like fucking just choppy. Just trying to like basically reiterate what he said, and I just
agree with me and let's move on.
Yeah.
Okay,
and then we'll just not do the thing. Just not do it.
Oh yeah, sometimes I'll be talking to that guy who's like the hydraulics expert, and he's like telling me all this shit to do. I'm like,
not even gonna try.
No fucking way, man. I can't do this.
Well, how far does your responsibility set go? Like, you're just supposed to like convey that information and do what you can in your skill set to fix a problem.
Well, it depends. Depends on how big the issue is.
Like, is a hydraulics expert an engineer?
Yes.
Okay.
He's a hydraulics
engineer.
professor in China before he came here. He goes to fucking
that shit like. It goes pretty deep. Like I had to do like a fluid, like a hydraulics class, like almost. It was what the fuck is it called? Something to do with fluids.
Fluid mechanics?
Something, but no, it wasn't that. But anyway, it was an easy class, but like you could just tell, like, cause it was just like, oh, just get it in, get out. Like everybody got like 90s because
it's a credit.
Like, yeah, and it was like you just had to kind of scratch the surface of it, just so it was just part of the program.
Mm-hmm.
But like if you could tell that like guys that like actually go deep in it, you're like, oh fuck this,
yeah,
fuck this, like just different like flows and like shit that they need to fucking like the calculations they need to figure out. Like fuck this, and like viscosities of the oil. Like this is fucking ridiculous. I'm not doing this.
There's so much different shit. It's like very similar to like electric circuits, I guess. But it's like I don't know. I'd rather fuck with an electric circuit. I think.
Yeah,
is there a word in like layman conversation that gets more mileage than viscous or viscosity?
I love that fucking word so much.
I use that word a lot.
I use it tons.
Yeah, it's like a good word. Like in terms of like the return on investment for knowing how to use the word viscous or viscosity, it's a good word.
Everybody looks at you like, wow, good word.
Viscous.
Yeah.
Really smart.
It's like the one word that everyone learned in high school, so everyone knows the word.
You know it,
not everyone.
but you don't use it.
Yeah.
Viscosity. What does that mean? Thickness, idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm a viscous boy. Thick as fuck. Thick as these, viscous as thieves.
There might be a fucking t-shirt coming out of that.
We're never putting out a t-shirt. Let's just get down to the brass.
Hey, we might. Teespring will let you make the shirts just the logo.
We should make a t-shirt.
We should.
Viscous boys.
I'll check out Teespring after the show. What else you guys want to talk about? Is that it? Are we done?
That's it, alright. That was it.
10 minutes?
20 minutes?
27 minutes.
7, that is good. Let's call it.
Cool. Let's call it.
A two-parter.
I got a story we can talk about. YouTube is well, we're not putting anything there anymore, so it doesn't matter. But
we're not.
Well,
why are we recording?
I haven't in a while.
I know.
I use it for a picture. I'll put it up eventually when I have some time.
You record an hour-and-a-half long episode for one picture,
and I keep all the fucking video too. I know.
Time capsule.
Yeah, I'm using
material.
I'm using my VR headset. You pervert. The fucking YouTube now used to have a monetization program that set limits on when your account could receive money and have ads run on the videos you post. And it was 1,000 hours of public viewing over 60 days and 1,000 subscribers. And YouTube has been under some heat in the last little while. Maybe under some heat's the wrong phrase, but
because of YouTube Premium.
Well,
they're just forcing that. Got nobody buy it.
So basically, what's happening is YouTube used to only run ads on stuff that was quote unquote advertiser friendly. You've heard about these other guys getting like demonetized.
Yeah, tons for like nothing.
Yeah, a lot of conservative channels and a lot of channels for like conspiracy theories and stuff like that.
Anything where they even like mention something else that's like copyrighted.
It's inconsistent. It's inconsistent, right?
Yeah.
And so the YouTube now put out a statement, or a statement or an email to their video publishers, their content creators, this week saying, look, just because you're not a monetized channel, aka just because we're not paying you, it no longer means that your channel will be free of ads. So we're gonna run ads on your videos,
whether you like it or not.
and we're not
Oh, I
gonna.
thought they were doing that anyways. Honestly,
they're not gonna pay you for it.
I haven't clicked on a YouTube video that didn't have an ad, and I don't even know how long.
It's weird though, that that's the case. Like they went through all this trouble to make sure that only legit accounts and only accounts that were advertiser friendly got ads.
Yeah.
And now they're saying, well, we're gonna put ads on everything. We're just not gonna pay you for it.
Yeah.
What is the outcome here for YouTube? Like to me, like this is another straw on the camel's back between the sort of deplatforming or whatever you want to call it, censorship or demonetizing. Then you talk about these ads, like the YouTube Premium thing. Like, man, I'm not.
They don't even like they force it down your throat.
It's insane. I'm not gonna do it out of principle, but if I watch YouTube like 11-year-olds watch YouTube, or whatever, like I would fucking think about it. I have one friend who pays for YouTube Premium.
Yeah. How much is it?
It's $10 a month. If
it was $2 a month, I would pay for it.
I just saw today they have a household deal. You get 6 accounts at the same house for one low price, whatever that is. Who knows, right?
That's way too many people.
$60.
6 isn't that many.
55.
Yeah, 6 is 2 parents, the wife's boyfriend, and your 3 kids.
But I mean, like, how many of those people are actually using YouTube and need premium?
All of them.
None of them.
Who wants to watch ads?
Who gives a fuck?
You and me don't.
Skip it. And then they throw that one in that you can't skip.
But then they throw
sons of bitches.
But then even worse, to add salt to the wound, they put the little thing up in the corner of the screen like, want to skip the ads? Check out YouTube Premium.
Yeah, obviously that's what they do.
1 month free.
The only reason that I want YouTube Premium is because I listen to YouTube at work sometimes when I have time and I can't lock my fucking phone or go to another app. That's what pisses me off.
You know a split screen on that phone?
I don't know what that is.
Like 2 apps on the screen? No?
I don't know. Is that new?
You can do that.
Yours does it.
Yeah, I don't know how.
So. You can do it. I use it all the time for exactly that reason. Because YouTube is fucking ridiculous with that. You can't close the app.
Yeah.
Come on, like give me a break. And the worst part is that YouTube, on Android especially, and on jailbroken iPhones, has like a third-party app.
Why'd you point to mine when you said that?
What's that?
Why'd you point to mine when you said that?
Because you have an iPhone, right?
It's not jailbroken.
No, but iPhones that are jailbroken, you should jailbreak it, to be honest with you. They have a third-party app where you can close the app and the videos keep playing.
Yeah.
So it's like the functionality is right there for them to use.
Obviously, yeah.
They just would rather charge it, which is like,
of course.
Like I get it. It's like whatever. You want to make a couple of bucks. You guys are the monopoly holder in that vertical. But come on, man.
You don't like it? Go watch a fucking Vimeo. Go to Vimeo.
BitChute.
Well, like it's funny though. Like we bitch about this shit, and then like simultaneously we just buy Apple add-ons and fucking don't even care. We're like, yeah, I'll just buy this charger because my phone for some reason doesn't have a charging port, so I'll just buy an adapter. It is what it is. I don't know. But
did we talk about that on the show?
Probably.
The Apple iPhone charger.
We talked about it tons of times.
I don't know, probably.
It does
fucking piss me off because like at work when I had like today I got in at fucking super early and I don't have to go down to the line until like later.
Yeah.
So I'm like on my fucking phone. I'm like listening to Spotify or YouTube. But I can't charge at the same fucking time. So every day, it starts at 100% and it goes like down to super fucking low.
Yeah.
With just listening to shit. Because I can't charge and listen to music at the same time. I fucking drive me
Just
nuts.
because you're not at your desk?
No, because I plug my fucking headphones into that and that's the same thing you use to charge it.
Oh my god.
Imagine they come up with a piece of equipment that impossibly charges and you can listen to your fucking music at the same time.
I can't believe.
Unfathomable. With everything else they've accomplished, they can't come up with that.
I need to buy AirPods.
You don't have Bluetooth. You don't have Bluetooth headphones?
I do somewhere, but I don't like them.
I think I'm gonna get AirPods. The OG ones.
Yeah.
The first ones, not the new ones. I'm not dropping $400 on these fucking. Oh, actually, sorry, I did spend money on something.
On something cool?
Yeah, I bought a golf club.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, 3 wood. Didn't I say that?
Were you inspired by DJ on the weekend?
Holy fuck, that guy's good.
He's alright.
Holy shit! You sorry to completely change the subject, but like,
I didn't watch anything.
Oh my god, the guy couldn't fucking miss.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
He hasn't won a
15.
21.
He hasn't won a major in 10 years.
I think he's
right?
minus 20 or minus 21.
He hasn't won a major.
He broke
in 10
the
years?
fucking record.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's #1 golfer. I think it was fucked.
Who's your power rankings top 5 golfers?
Well, DJ #1.
Paulina Gretzky.
Holy fuck, she stole the show though.
Yeah, no shit.
Fucking hell, man. Just a rocket.
Good for her.
Yeah, and good for him actually.
Yeah.
DJ.
Hey Paulina, tonight I'm leaving the pin in.
Holy fuck!
No, fucking Man, there's a bunch of fucking like
Are there kids?
hot streaking golfers right now.
Is there a betting market where I can gamble on their child being a professional athlete?
Oh.
It's gotta be good odds.
Is there one?
You gotta fucking, how long are you gonna cash in on that when you're fucking 80?
I don't care. It's free money.
Yes.
That kid's gonna be a pro athlete. I'll pay whatever they want.
20 year.
What do you want? You want a
We
30?
call it gambling. I call it an investment.
30-year calls? No problem. I'm in. Sign me
What
up.
does the time cost the money?
Let me go long on the Gretzky kid.
Dude, I'm
in.
I was watching it with a couple buddies on Sunday, right? I obviously want to watch the last round. It's fucking bad.
Ow. In VR?
Yeah, that's when we were playing it. So we were watching it. The two guys I'm watching it with, they're fucking betting in like 3 holes at a time.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what's gonna happen in these 3 holes?
They're betting
This
each other
group,
or
like,
online?
Online.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was fucking jokes. Like they can't stop. Like they're just dialed in. I'm like, fuck, I should start gambling on golf. I want to be this like dialed in.
You know there's
Yeah.
So like random people like fucking Fleetwood. What's he gonna do from the fucking middle of the par 5? Is he gonna get it within 10 feet?
It does. It makes it way more exciting.
Fuck yeah, it
This
does.
is
But then
everyone
it's just like creeping into like, now I'm gambling on everything.
Exactly.
There's word from the major sports leagues because ratings over COVID have tanked so hard, including in the NFL, which used to be
As soon as the
untouchable.
crowd goes away, the rating goes.
Used to be untouchable, right? And so there's word on Twitter and some other places that I kind of follow sports gambling that the leagues are going to start running like what would be the term for it? It would be a tape delay, but it would be focused on the gambling public. So they would open up, especially in the U.S. where this is legal in more states than it was a couple of years ago. This sort of like, what's the next play going to be? Run, pass, fake, whatever. More than 4 yards, less than 4 yards. Who's going to carry it? Is there going to be?
That's not up to the NFL though.
But the NFL can hold the tape back
Yeah.
on every play, right?
So they have the answer.
Exactly.
Like 5
They
minutes
know.
ahead,
They
right?
know.
Oh.
And then they hold the tape. You gamble, and then they run the tape, right?
Oh.
Because there's no fans in the stadium.
That is
Yeah,
pretty.
yeah.
Like,
So-
like, let's be real here. Who the fuck is who? What's the majority of people watching sports?
I would fucking bet on that.
Gamblers. Most people are gamblers or like.
Fantasy,
I don't know.
I play fantasy football in 2
There's-
leagues and
yeah.
pick 'em in 1 league. So I'm like the lowest common denominator for gambling. But there are guys I know
Oh
who,
fuck,
bet,
I love it.
who are on Bodog, like three bet parlays in
Keanu
one
Reeves,
game. In
Keanu
one
Reeves,
game.
and fucking hardball, man.
Yeah, exactly. And this is like
Softball
a,
coach by day, and
like, there's
fucking
a-
degenerate
there's
gambler by night.
there's a line between like cottage industry and like $billion industry, and gambling and live betting
Oh fuck.
has fucking made it there.
I'm
It's
itching to
made it
get my ass to the fucking Chino. I won't even lie. I want
Yeah?
to head out there. Yeah, it's going. It's gonna be bad. Like, this is what happens when you don't fucking do any drugs or anything like that. You just start smoking darts and gambling instead. What's worse, drugs or gambling?
Tickle your
That's actually an honest question. What do you think is worse?
drugs or
Drugs.
gambling.
Drugs. Or
Drugs is money and mental deterioration.
Yeah.
Whereas
Oh, you don't think
gambling,
gambling is mental deterioration?
not like drugs is.
Gambling's better.
Mm,
Gambling's better.
I think gambling's better.
Yeah.
You can't really gain perspective from gambling. You can just lose a lot of money
Yeah,
and
but drug-
maybe,
yeah, but-
and or limbs.
I think by the time you
Phalanges, kneecaps.
realize drugs are bad, it's probably too late.
I think you should know drugs are bad going into it.
I think I'd rather be like a fucking degenerate gambler than someone who's like smoking meth.
Yeah, meth. Yeah, I find extreme. Like if you're just a cokehead.
Degenerate gamblers.
I think those go hand in hand.
Degenerate gamblers buy scratch tickets. Degenerate drug addicts are banging cups together in the park. Like
Yeah.
I don't
Like
know.
playing drums
Mm,
off garbage cans.
No, they're not. No, they're not percussionists. No,
I thought that was the thing.
they're not percussionists.
Have you been in New Orleans? Because that's what they do there.
Yeah.
Down there.
Smoke meth and play.
They do. Everyone's got one of those
In that
fucking
order.
those
And
5 gallon
all-
jugs.
Oh,
They
yeah.
all just have
And
the
they're
drum
dope.
and the drum line. Yeah, it's
And I'm
gross.
all out of meth.
What's the fucking drug down there? Is it meth?
I don't know. That's everything. I think.
It's got to be
Pretty
booze
bad.
heavy. Booze heavy for sure.
Yeah, just tons of fucking booze.
Further south you go, buddy. You never know. what
More
you're
and more
gonna find.
booze and whatever.
Yeah,
Trailers just parked in fields.
I mean,
what's going on in there?
I mean, Mardi,
Yeah.
Walter
Mardi Gras.
White.
Cooking shit.
Mardi Gras is like a holiday for an entire basically region of the United States. It's kind of insane. You get a bunch of people together, they just get absolutely obliterated for an entire weekend.
Oh yeah.
It's
Or an
like-
entire week.
I think it's long. Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
at least a week.
It's like a
long.
week.
Showing tits for beads.
Tits out for
Oh,
beads,
fuck
that's
yeah.
right.
Fucking great.
Yeah.
That
fucking
would be a great
insane.
party to go to, I think.
Man, I went to New Orleans and it was like the tail end of Mardi Gras. Like Mardi Gras had just happened, and it was still fucking wild.
Yeah.
Like people just go there to get fucked.
Yeah.
That's
When did you
all
go?
they do.
Yeah.
2 years ago,
Yeah.
3 years ago. It's all they do. Just like I remember we went there and like we walked down like Bourbon Street, which is like the main street.
Yeah.
But like early in the morning, to like do some touristy shit. there's people spilling out of the bars at like 8 a.m. so fucking
From the night
they were
before.
from the night before.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like,
Vampires.
holy fuck, man. Like,
It's great.
yeah,
These
it's
pictures from
insane.
was actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Kenzie took those.
Down in the
Oh, yeah.
bayou.
I wanted to do that, but we didn't get out.
Oh, those are like you took those photos.
Joey did.
I didn't take them. Kenzie did.
Wow,
From
neat.
like
Why
whatever.
don't you guys something?
Before we met.
I was always crooked.
Yeah, the cat stuck around up there.
Or just shitty fucking housekeeping.
Well, either way, it's not my fault. Yeah, I don't know. The thing about drugs and booze is,
You should do them
well,
That's the thing.
a lot.
you should respect them.
Mm-hmm.
You should respect them,
And
right?
people that do them.
That's right. And people that do them. People who
First and
abuse them,
foremost,
especially.
people that do them.
Yeah.
No, I remember I was having a conversation with someone like recently. They're like, "Oh, like, do you do any drugs?" I'm like, "No, I don't." I'm like, why? I'm like, because I don't have a fucking off switch.
What does that mean? Why? Like,
Because
what,
they're
what
curious.
kind of question is
They're
that?
curious. Like, they just,
Like,
like
why?
it was not like it was an endearing question. It wasn't like, why not? What are you,
But that's
fucking
also like
pussy?
the society we live in now. It's like
Everybody
more people
does
do
fucking
drugs. than
Everybody
doesn't do
fucking
drugs.
does it.
Yeah.
Everybody does coke. Every single fucking person. It's
These
crazy.
people
Yeah.
are being vindicated by like these policies that I don't want to get political here. Anyway, the policies about like drug use that are lending themselves to
Like the
legal.
decriminalization.
Yeah, to like
Like
legal.
Oregon.
To, like, legal
Let's talk
substance
about
abuse.
that.
Yeah.
Is that legit?
Yeah,
Every drug you can just do anything.
more or less.
But
You
is it
I don't know.
legalized or is it
you
decriminalized?
can't do
Decriminalize
meth. You
it,
can
yeah.
do mushrooms though. And more.
Cool. I'm fucking all for that.
Did you tell that person that? Because you do.
I
do
do, yeah,
it
oh yeah, oh yeah,
sometimes.
yeah. I'm not. I have no fucking shame.
You're not. No,
in
but I
doing
think when people ask if you do drugs,
They mean you do coke.
that.
no.
You do chemicals.
Pretty much. Yeah.
See, I wouldn't go to quality. I would go to quantity. Like if someone asked me if I did drugs, I would assume they meant like, do you do drugs every
Often.
day or every
Right.
weekend or whatever?
I don't know. I think it's an open-ended question. If someone asked me that I hadn't really met, well, obviously I would say no because I don't do any drugs. But
Right.
like, if I did, I would just be honest about it. Like, if you do coke on the weekend or you do coke every other weekend, then you would be like, yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
You'd be like,
Why
yeah,
wouldn't you?
I
You're
do
gonna
coke.
get caught for sure.
Which,
Oh,
by the
fuck
way, if you do coke every weekend,
Keep it up.
go for it.
Good for you.
If you can hold down a job and not fall victim, oh, trust me, I realize this is few and far between.
I don't know. I'm not going to agree on
If
that.
you can hold down a job and you want to do a bump on a weekend, I'm not gonna hold it against
That's
you.
that's
Sure.
my perspective.
I
with
won't do
that.
it. How can you do it if they're living life normally otherwise?
Have you been around people doing a lot of blow?
Oh, it sucks.
I
It
haven't.
fucking sucks.
Fucking
And it's
sucks.
like they just look like fiends, and it's like,
Hey, you wanna come over here? Come.
and they're just like
Like,
huddling
yeah.
together, like cutting up fucking
Hey,
with a
man.
razor blade
Hey,
and
buddy,
shit. And it's
haven't
like-
seen your upper lip for the good part of 2 hours.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot of drugs.
And when it like runs their life, like that's
Oh, yeah.
when it's like it might only run their life on the weekend, but still, I know a lot of cokeheads.
Well, they're doing it.
Coke
They're
addicts.
like they're drinking to do coke, and like
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like, oh, let's drink tonight. It's like you just want to drink so you can do blow. Like,
Why do
yeah.
you have to drink to do coke?
Because it's just like because drinking is less like looked down upon than
Yeah.
oh, let's do coke tonight.
Well, then you're partying. You're not.
yeah,
just
you're
doing
exactly.
coke.
You're just exactly. It's a conglomerate. You're like, I'm just some partying.
Yeah.
So there's
I do a couple fucking lines of blow. So what?
I was chilling with these people last
I'm
week. and
partying.
they-
Yeah, I'm not doing coke.
I can
I'm
do a couple
partying.
lines of blow because I'm partying.
I was talking to these people last week. I was chilling with them, and they were like, we were just talking about our weekends and shit. He was like, oh, it was pretty good. I actually slept. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, I actually went to sleep one night. I was like, oh, that's
Holy
great. That's a really good bar to set for
Man.
yourself.
Fuck.
Like,
I feel fucking brutal. Like just
Sleeping
drinking
is-
until 4 a.m.
it's
I'm
gotta
like
be the
fucked
most-
until Thursday.
It's gotta be the
Yeah.
most important thing.
Like
Oh,
of all
yeah.
time, of all time, next to breathing and eating and drinking water, yeah, sleep is third in
Only a
line.
couple things on that list.
well, yeah, so they just like get gacked out till like 6, can't sleep, and then it's like, well, you want to get breakfast? Go get breakfast, and just like go to
Yeah, we
like,
just
a beer
stop
store.
doing blow and for a couple hours and then just go after it again.
See,
Because I
that's-
feel like shit. I gotta get a pick me up.
I couldn't do that.
I couldn't either. I fucking the thing is, if I did do blow, I would be like that. I
Yeah.
know I would because I know myself too well. I know myself with drinking and like
Yeah.
other vices, and if I had that in my life, I'd be I would be a different person. You guys wouldn't trust me. I guarantee
Yeah.
that.
The only hard drug experience I have is with MDMA, and that it keeps you up all night.
Yeah, but I don't
Yeah.
think you can like
You
you
can't
can't
go to
keep
sleep.
doing MDMA like consistently. Like your brain
I don't
runs
know.
out of
I
like
don't know.
what is it? It's not endorphins. It's what the fuck is melatonin? Is that what it is?
Melatonin's a sleep drug.
What the fuck? Whatever. Serotonin. Thank you.
Sarah?
Yeah, you're like it drains it out of your fucking brain. Like
I'm sure you could keep doing it, but I don't think
diminishing returns like everything else.
Yes, I don't think that people like want to keep doing it.
Yeah, like you want to keep doing coke. You don't
Yeah.
want to keep doing M. If anything, you're coming down from M, you might as well just do coke now.
What's that?
Yeah.
There's a techno song that I heard like probably 2 years ago for the first time. I saved it, and it was like this girl on the hook. Or she's the hook and the verse.
It's just called I Do Coke.
It's called I Do Coke.
Yeah,
It's
I've heard that song. It's fucking joke.
It says I do coke so I can work longer.
Yeah.
So I can earn more.
Mm-hmm.
So I can do more coke.
Oh, yeah, that's fucking jokes.
I found that song
thunder bass line.
I fucking I found this song.
It's
Hey,
a good
show the song to Bob. He'll fucking die.
That's so nice. I gotta write that shit down.
It is a joke song, but yeah, it's I don't know. I mean.
Well, imagine.
I don't have a lot of friends who even do pot, who even smoke pot.
That's what happens when you stop
I don't
smoking
have a lot of friends who smoke pot.
I have more friends that do coke than smoke weed.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, nowadays.
I say I don't, but maybe I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
I'm pretty sure I don't. My good friends, like my tightest circle of friends, okay, and I'll even include you guys in there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a single friend who does coke. A single like good friend.
Friends, yeah, close.
Really good friend. Who does coke.
Our close friends are pretty good. Like, there's some people that like we consider close friends that definitely do it, and especially me too.
Do it or have done it.
Oh, do it.
So when I say like
even like
I've
we're getting older now.
I've got like close friends who do it, but it's like once in a while, and it's like, oh, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't bother me. But if it's
once
like
in a while?
like once every like I don't know, a couple months or something like that.
Okay.
Like it's like literally just like, oh, okay, fuck.
Oh, you like make a night of it or something?
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah, whatever. It's like I don't know. Like I'm like desensitized as fuck to it. Like in school and stuff, we're always fucking hanging out at those fucking sketchy parties.
Yeah.
How much coke? This is a drug podcast now. How much coke would you say is okay to do every
year?
Whatever, 4 months? Let's say once a quarter, or every 3 months.
Like okay, if you were
not to be considered not a cokehead.
What were you doing though whilst doing coke? Doesn't matter.
Like Will said, you're making a night of it. You're like, yeah, I want to do coke.
How much is like too much?
Yeah, like what's the?
You can't be doing that more than. If you do it
also,
more
how
than.
are you doing drugs at a house party? Like I only have one thing to compare it to, but like I would never take MDMA at a house party.
Why not? You're bouncing off the fucking walls.
Because you'd be the only guy bouncing off the walls.
Yeah.
Unless everyone else was taking it too.
That's the thing. At coke parties, that's exactly what they fucking are, though.
100%. That's what we would call it.
Really?
Yeah.
Coke
Oh,
party.
yeah.
No, it's coke party. Because you can tell right away the vibe of the party. It's very vibey in there.
It's so fucking vibey in there.
You're just sitting there, just like everyone's like just. It's always like sketchy and scuzzy. Everyone's sitting down.
But why is it sketchy and scuzzy? Isn't cocaine expensive?
Yeah, but
exactly.
Let's
makes
be real.
them fucking broke.
Yeah, the people that do it can't afford to do it.
No.
Like it's first of all, it can make a fucking successful ass person broke as fuck.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, it can. Because you get addicted to it. $80 a gram,
Why
and
don't they
then
just
when you
work more so they can earn more
and then do more
so they
coke.
can do more coke?
Yeah, exactly.
So you just stay on that zero line. You never go in debt, but you just stay.
I know a lot of people whose their coke's getting paid for by Trudeau right now.
Oh,
my
yeah,
God,
Serb.
Yeah.
Same first letter, anyways.
Kirk.
Yeah.
What the fuck is it? What is Serb? The Canadian. Is that what it is?
Emergency response benefit.
The Coke emergency response benefit.
That's exactly what
Coke
it is.
emergency response binge.
That's kind of fucked
Let's
up.
stay up late tonight.
That's kind of fucked up.
It's also probably pretty accurate for
Yeah.
A lot of people, I'm sure. I don't know, but like, yeah, coke parties, like, if you go there and if they're hiding it, whatever.
I'm
it's
cool
still
with that.
weird.
How do
but
you
like,
hide it?
You go to the bathroom.
No, you hide while you're snorting it.
Yeah.
But you don't hide while you're on it.
No. You
Yeah.
can't because you're fucking chewing your fucking inside your cheeks and shit.
Okay.
But like, but like, there is definitely some circumstances
Hey,
where
did
you
you
go.
Did you just spit chalk at me? No, those are my teeth.
grinding them down to a fine pulp.
But if you go there and they're just like openly doing it, it's like, oh god.
Man, the one. Okay, we were just at my buddy's.
Let's go to a coke party. I'll go.
It's not the funnest night.
Yeah, but I need it.
A lot of conspiracy theories.
Yeah, but we'll just talk about it on the podcast.
No, like
That would be like going like not undercover.
We're
but,
working.
on the spot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Two ways to
Reg
on the
on the
spot.
scene.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I do remember at one time, like fucking. Actually, it's happened multiple times. We're just like hanging out at a buddy's house, like just like chilling, like on a Friday after work, whatever. We go to this guy's house.
Wait, before you start.
Sure.
You're gonna say about a Coke thing?
Mm-hmm.
So like when for example today Friday, I cracked my first beer at 5 o'clock. Can I crack my first Coke at 5 o'clock?
Fuck yeah, why not?
No.
You can't.
You shouldn't, but you can.
You'll be going all night.
That's a good point.
So is there a difference there between like an addict or like someone who's got a real problem based on the time you start?
Definitely.
Gotta be.
For sure. If you're fuck yeah. If it's still light out and you're doing Coke, there's a problem.
That is a problem.
That's definitely that's where I would draw the line. For sure. Yeah.
Okay.
If you're doing Coke in the daytime, you're
all
not a casual user, probably. You know?
Mike's over there laughing. You're probably not a casual user.
No. Yeah, if the sun is up and you're doing Coke, you should probably.
Because I can think about like an Oshiega. Like I'll start blasting beers 10 a.m.
Okay, if you're at a
You know what I
festival,
mean?
that's like.
Or like at the cottage even. You're blasting beers 10, 11 a.m. Right?
For sure. I mean, if you like set aside a day and be like, this is my Coke
You need
day.
this. You need this. Oh, the vape pen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I brought it over for the
For me?
charge of the pod. We're waiting for your party story.
That is so precarious.
Is that like the forks? You balance the forks?
Yeah.
Whoa, what is that? It
Uh,
looks great. Okay, go ahead. So we just established at the time you start the Coke is
if you're doing it, like if you just like, it'd be like fucking Buddy Ben. He's like, oh, I don't smoke. I
can't
only
name
smoke.
names.
We didn't say his
Nothing
last
to
name.
do with Coke, anyway.
Nothing to do. This has nothing to do with Coke.
Okay.
He's like, because we always say I only smoke when I drink, right?
Right.
He's like, yeah, me too. Friday, cracks a beer, doesn't even have a sip, just lights a dart. It's like, so you just smoke. You're just like trying to
You
smoke.
drink when you smoke.
Yeah. It's
That's like,
okay.
is his last name Pavlov?
No, it doesn't matter what his last name is.
But that's exactly what it
Should be.
is.
Schrodinger's fucking cigarette.
He hears the can open and immediately starts smoking.
Yeah. Fucking, yeah.
Blows
So,
some nicotine right
but
now.
it's like, but that's what it is. So it's like, and then like, so when I was this happened a couple of times and it sucks because you can just tell with these people that they are slipping too deep into the fucking Coke game. It's not just like a
I think
party.
you have a phrase for that, right?
I guess, yeah, but this is not
What's
that.
What's
but
the phrase?
living in the slip. That's a different
Famous
slip.
Famous
That's
phrase.
like fucking.
People like that phrase.
What is it? That's like slip. That's like no friction on that fucking hill.
Yeah,
You're
right.
going right down. And see you later, and then it only gets more slippery.
On the Coke hill?
Yeah, on the
Uh-huh.
Coke hill. Yeah, the fine snowy powders of the Coke hill.
Mm.
Double black
Slippery
diamond.
slope,
Double
yeah.
black diamond. It's actually as soon as you get past the first dip, it's just
lip.
ice all the way down. See you
Yeah.
later. You can just tell I'm like sitting there. It's like first of all, it's like maybe 6.
You're talking about the party still.
Yeah, 6 p.m. maybe. Like we've been there since like say 3.
Mm-hmm.
This guy comes in at like 5.
Mm.
I go in the fucking living room.
Wait, summertime, wintertime?
Summertime.
Summertime.
Sun's up.
Okay.
Sun's up. Guns up.
Yeah.
Sun's up. Nose is up. This
Right.
guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Go in the fucking living room, and he's just got a CD case, obviously an ironic fucking like Nirvana or something like that, some big druggy whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, it's my Coke case or whatever the fuck, right? The guy's like sitting there in like a fucking like he honestly looked like fucking Dill from The Simpsons.
Back up a second. He's got a CD, like a CD wallet?
No, it was
Like
just
a-
a case, like a CD case.
Just like a CD.
Yeah.
Like the
Like
crystal
he bought a
case.
CD.
Yeah, the plastic case.
And he pulled it out of his bag, puts it on the fucking on the table. I go in the like so we're just in the kitchen.
That's where he keeps his drugs.
Whatever the fuck his
So you
system
cut it up. You
is.
gotta cut it up on like a clean surface. You can't do it on like this because it's like fucking Coke's gonna get in all these nooks and crannies.
Well,
and
maybe on here, but like
Yeah.
really the Coke head, like I feel like I'm on National Geographic. The Coke heads. What
Yeah.
about the surface?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm peering in the room. If you look quickly, you see cokehead is natural habitat.
There's all this shifty eyes.
Just be quiet.
He's biting his lip.
Yeah, he just crashes through the fucking bay window. Ah, they're doing no, but I'm sitting there, I'm like, dude, like, dude, go to the fucking bathroom. Like, I'm sitting there, like, he's like, oh, you don't mind, do you? I'm like, I guess not.
Is it his house?
No.
Oh.
He just got there from work. Like, the guy's wearing like a disheveled suit. Like, I think he was like in sales. You know,
He's
and
like
like,
in used Tauruses?
it's like something. I'm sitting there, I'm like,
This one's
Jesus,
only got
man.
100,000
Like,
kilometers.
and like I hadn't seen the kid since like
Yeah.
fucking high school, right? Like I think he left the province for a bit to go work elsewhere, whatever. Comes back,
I
hey,
want
what's
to talk
going
about
on?
that.
What's
Remind
going
me
on, man?
about this
Whatever.
work location
How
thing.
are you? You see him, like just say what's up to him as he walks in the door, and he immediately goes to the living room. Like, oh, that's weird. But anyway, I just like disregarded it. I walk in the living room because I wanted to keep talking to him, and I go in there, he's just busting out coke. I'm like, oh, well, this is sick.
And now you're living it though. Now you're in it. What do you do? Be like, oh, I'll leave it to it. Sorry.
No, I just go, fucking. He's like, you don't mind, dude. I'm like, no, like whatever.
You don't care.
I don't care, but it's like, I'm not being like, oh no, not at all, man. Go ahead, just do it in there if you will.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I don't fuck. I'm like, come on, man. Like, if you're gonna go fucking do it, just go, be discreet. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. But he didn't say like, do you want to partake?
No, because he was fucking broke.
Right.
That was the best part. He's not offering
so
any.
this is another interesting drug culture thing. Every time I've been around a guy who smokes dope, I have never once in my entire life
Not been offered.
Not even once.
Yeah, I know.
This guy will
That's the difference between coke and pot.
A man will literally offer me like a soggy joint he had to himself for the last 3 hours. Like, hey man, you want a toke? Like he doesn't care. He's like, you want some? Absolutely.
But then you gotta.
This guy won't even offer you a single grain.
So then you can watch like the timeline of the baller with like, say he's got an 8-ball.
The baller.
And he's just giving everybody fucking bumps or whatever every time they want until the end. When he's trying to fucking stretch out a 0.5.
Girls.
Fuck yeah. Okay. He's trying to stretch out a 0.5. Even the girls are like, hey, can I have another? He's like, get your own. Like, it becomes like fucking Gollum from Lord of the Rings.
He goes full Chappelle.
Fuck yeah. Oh yeah. It's like, it's fucking hilarious just to see like but like not 2-3 hours ago you were the fucking man and now you're fucking, oh my precious.
Which is kind of good for us because honestly, like,
it's
you
hilarious.
don't get offered it that much, so the temptation isn't really there. Like when I'm around people that do it a lot, first of all, they know that I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
But like when I was first around it,
But they'll throw it to you anyways.
not really, not anymore.
No?
No. They're good about it now.
And now they know.
But like before, they'd be like, they're still stingy with it though because it's like they're broke and it's expensive as fuck. So it's not like, hey, Will, like you want a line? It's like, hey man, like if you want like a key bump, it's cool. It's like,
How much is an 8-ball? Like
3.5. It's got to be like $300.
No, quantity wise.
3.5.
Grams?
Yeah, it's a half quarter.
So, like, how much is that?
Well, $80 a gram. It's got to be pushing $300.
yeah.
Maybe just under. It's a lot of money for one night, and you can definitely send it in a night. I would imagine.
Thinking about like a night at the bar, cabs included, you're probably like 120 max.
Yeah,
max.
I would definitely be
to Hess Village
going out. Would be
house.
$100.
Yeah.
Buy a pre-drink, couple drinks at the bar.
Pre-drink too, yeah. Pre-drink too, maybe 140 if you went all in. If you got like a 26er, shared it, cabs shared, and a cab home by yourself, you'd probably be up at like $120 or $130. I'm always curious about stuff like this because, like I said, I don't have a lot of friends who do drugs. One,
it's super interesting. I love talking about it.
Two, like hard drugs, I'm just not around them. I'm just not around them. Which might be hard to believe with my hat and my mustache, but it is the case.
Hat's inside out. Yeah,
it is the case.
We like I don't know. Will and I definitely like went to a lot of these parties because those were fucking our friends in high school, and then they like high school's a lot different, right? Like high school, everyone's your fucking friend. Right.
Yeah. Well,
you just
and then you get older, and you know now they're like just acquaintances, whatever, right? None of these people are my fucking friends anymore.
Yeah.
But I know them, and I'm not like, oh, I can't talk to you anymore. Like I'm definitely not that type of person. Where, you get older, you gotta cut everyone off. I'm like,
no,
whatever. I don't give a shit. I'll still talk to them. I won't like let them in, but I'll fucking have no problem hanging out. I can't talk better than them.
And especially if they're a good hang, like who gives a fuck? Like
exactly.
Honestly, I feel bad because this kind of sound like we're like preaching and judging people for like doing blow and stuff, but like
you can if you want though.
I do have a lot of friends that do it, and like I don't know, just like my opinion. Yeah. It's not like I definitely don't have any friends that are like
at all.
I'm done. Yeah. No, I don't think that I have any friends where I'm like I can't hang out with them. They do too much blow.
Yeah.
Like
I wouldn't care.
No, like
I wouldn't let them in my fucking house.
Yeah.
That kind of shit. But
if you had a friend who was like I'm trying to think. This is like me showing my naivete probably, but on TV for example, okay, and this kind of makes sense to me the way you guys are describing the cocaine high or the cocaine crowd. What's the problem with someone who's like making pretty good money in a job where they, maybe don't sleep anyways, they're out doing social events that are beneficial to them professionally? I'm thinking predominantly here of like lawyers.
Sure.
Okay.
Would you have like the same beef with the guy who finishes an 8-ball on a Saturday night if the guy was a lawyer as you would for the guy who finishes an 8-ball on a Saturday night who's like a whatever, used car salesman. We don't know this guy obviously, but if he's a used car salesman or something
Sure.
of that nature, some other job that's not as like publicly palatable as an attorney would be. Because I think like these guys who are making a lot of money. I mean, we see this everywhere. This is not just something I'm making up.
My beef with it is if you're a fucking loser, I don't want to talk to you.
If
you're fucking,
but it has nothing to do with the drug habit. You can be a loser without a drug habit. I still wouldn't hang out with you.
It depends on the person.
Oh.
That depends on the person. If you're a fucking loser and you have a drug habit, then I'm gonna be like red flags, right?
Yeah.
Like I know people that aren't like look define loser too, right?
Yeah.
Like, people that aren't like doing necessarily well or whatever. Like it's like okay, that's fine. That's not gonna like deter me from hanging out with people. If I like the person, they're not like on my financial par or whatever. I'm not gonna turn a shoulder to them because they're not doing as well as me or vice versa, right? I'm gonna be like, oh, yeah, but if you're like a piece of shit and you're a fucking low life, whatever, fuck yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't have room for that. Like and especially if you're like I don't know, attacking me for decisions I made, like shit we always talk about on the show. Then go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a fuck if you're not doing well or whatever. If you're a good person, I'm cool with it. If you're not doing well and you have a drug problem and you have this problem, that problem, I'm not going to want you near me because it's fucking brutal.
It just doesn't help. It just doesn't help your situation. Like
no, drugs never help. It's a Band-Aid on like a bad day.
You're absorbing like reputational damage too, in my view, if you have friends who have like real drug habits or even like other problems, like if you have friends who are criminals.
But like you personally are dealing with reputational damage for someone else?
No, you would
or
be taking...
if you had the problem.
No. If I had a problem with drugs or if I was a kleptomaniac, okay?
Sure.
And you were my friend or my brother-in-law, people would be like, oh yeah, this guy's brother-in-law is fucking steals everything. Stole cars, robbed houses, has a drug problem. Like that's reputational damage to you unless you make some kind of, it doesn't have to be a fucking press conference, but unless you make some kind of public statement or like public, unless you're publicly
denouncing someone,
you know what I mean? Like, unless you're denouncing someone in your life, exactly. Like,
Uh-huh.
I don't know this guy. I don't talk to him. He's my, my sister's getting married to him, but I don't steal cars, and I don't think he should be stealing cars either. I wish she didn't get married to him.
If you're like seen to that person a lot, maybe, but I feel like nowadays, like everyone lives their own life way more than they did like in high school and even university when you lived with fucking people, right? When you had roommates and stuff,
right?
Like now you're kind of like. At least I feel like I'm way more of an individual now, and I feel like other people around me are more of an individual. Like, yes, I have friends that are fuck-ups, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody does.
But I feel like you're way more distant from them now as you were, like, in high school. Like, in high school, it was like, oh, you came to the party with that person, he's your fucking problem.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You're associated with that person.
Yeah.
Where now, it's like, yeah, I might have came with that guy, but he's his own fucking man. He's his own person. Go out. Talk to him about it.
Yeah,
you know.
I look at it a little bit different. I definitely have a different viewpoint of this than both of you guys. I know I do because like I've brought people around that you're not exactly comfortable with. Not so much you. I think I'm more so like I don't really give a fuck about my own reputation or whatever. I think I
ran into one of your friends one time.
Maybe, probably.
I have for sure.
I think for me, like my whole thing is like if I put out a strong enough like if I just whatever, fucking like I guess radiate would be the word. Enough like integrity for myself. I can just like cover my own ass. I'm a good person. Just because I fucking hang out with this guy doesn't mean I'm a piece of shit.
You have the capital to trade in.
Yeah, but it's like, hey man, like I just like the guy.
I know the flip side of what I was saying. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like, he's his own fucking person, but like I'm also my own person too, right? Yeah.
Yeah, like I just go, like I just try to like I don't know, be like a good enough person, like gain enough respect, have enough like integrity within myself to be like, oh, I just fucking hang out with him. We're not like the same. Like, yeah, he could be a piece of shit. I'm not. And like I've gotten away with that my whole life. Gotten away with it.
Because this is not the truth.
I'm actually a real piece of shit.
Yeah. What's the outcome for people who have? I mean. What's the outcome for people who have like drug issues? Maybe not drug problems, but like drug issues. They use too much, or they use it at the wrong times, or they use.
That's the thing. You use it at the wrong time. That's the problem.
Or like use as a crutch, right? Like that's I'm having a hard time like finding the words because I don't like I said I don't.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to have respect. Like none of us have respect.
Okay, so if you're using it as a crutch, what is the outcome you're looking for as both a person who has drug user friends or a drug user yourself, given the way the laws are going, where this stuff is becoming more and more favorable to people who have those issues. Like, 10 years ago, for example, or in the 80s, right? In the 80s, I think about like the NBA, where they had a first round pick, Len Bias, picked by the Celtics.
Stop playing with me.
No, I'm good. I'm just fucking.
The Celtics picked a guy, Len Bias, or someone picked a guy named Len Bias, who's like a high round pick.
The Celtics or someone.
Like,
Celtics did.
Like one of the bigger franchises in the league picked a guy,
Sure.
and the guy ended up dead of a cocaine overdose.
Oh yeah.
And so the Celtics, or whatever, the league, I should say, realized they had this big problem with drugs, and they knew they had it before, but once that became mainstream news, they really had to do something about it.
Right.
The other side of that coin is now you got a lot of people who think they have drug problems who have basically been telling you for the last 10 years that, oh, I don't have a problem, I just use on weekends, or I don't have a problem, I just use after work, or I don't have a problem, I just use when I go to party.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're being told through laws and through the Overton window, what's acceptable in society. Oh, I don't have a problem. It's legal now. What's the problem? This is okay.
I think it's just a way of like burning out the dead.
So
we just legalize drugs, they'll just kill themselves.
What's the outcome going to be? I don't know what the outcome's going to be for these guys.
I don't think that they're using. They
used to have to hide
They
it,
know themselves. It's not like, oh, cool, like the government says it's okay. That means this thing that I can't stop thinking about is fine now.
Free for all.
Like
maybe it might like kind of alleviate something.
You
Maybe
think,
like some sort of taboo fucking thing. Maybe.
Is not like the social pressure the thing that probably keeps these people in line more than anything else?
I don't know.
I would guess it is.
I feel like when I was smoking weed a lot, if it became legal when I was smoking weed heavily, I wouldn't be like, all right, cool. Now my slacking is like justified because it's legal. Yeah, no, I was still like, fuck. I'm still a piece of shit when I blaze every day and I don't get shit done. I still feel bad about it.
Did you ever do that? You were an everyday smoker?
I smoked every day for sure for like, I don't know, probably like 6 months.
And then that's probably actually like 2 years, right? Is that the?
Well, I would say
I gotta put it in the translator, but I'm pretty sure.
Okay,
it was always like pretty controlled.
I'll try to explain it better then. So like, there was definitely like spurts where I would smoke weed every single day. Probably the longest one is probably like 6-8 months.
We talking like
where I would like.
You were never really like
in your early 20s.
No,
you were chronic.
In university.
You were like chronic.
I would never wake up and blaze. I would just smoke a joint before bed like every night,
which is completely fucking fine.
Yeah.
Like that's nothing.
Or like when like on weekends and like, or if like we were chilling with the boys, then I would just get baked, obviously, whatever, kill zombies and shit.
Different story.
Where it wasn't not even bad at all.
No. And then like, so I was like 6 to 8 months maybe, and then I stopped for like a month, or like I stopped for a few days, and like every like 6 months. But like, yeah, it was probably a few years where it was like pretty heavily using it at night though. Like I was never waking up and getting baked.
Fuck, I was.
Except for like on weekends maybe, where I'd be like, cool, I'm gonna make a day of it. I'm gonna actually like get baked all day.
I don't think that smoking weed at night is really.
It's fucking nothing.
I don't think it's that bad.
It's not bad
and like,
at all.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but did you not say like last week or 2 weeks ago you take melatonin at night sometimes?
Yeah.
To sleep. So like, to me, that's kind of like melatonin might be like the natural evolution of that like kind of use pattern, right? You take it to help you sleep, to help you relax.
I wasn't really smoking weed to help me sleep though. I was smoking weed because it was like
fun.
Got to a point where it was like, I can either watch a movie or I can get baked and watch a movie. Why would I watch a movie? That's the stupidest thing in the world. I would way rather just get baked and
like you could like that's kind of what I would do too. I'd sit there and be like, I could be bored right now. Oh, I could be sitting here bored doing nothing, or I could just be baked doing nothing.
Well, what's the difference?
Baked doing nothing is way better.
When you're baked doing nothing, you're still doing nothing.
Yeah, but you're not bored. You're baked
Yeah,
instead.
you're like
replace the word bored with baked, and it's way better.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I do want to try like smoking weed at a greater clip, just to see if it's like, as
no,
good as
you won't like it at all. It's over. It's fucking over. That is over for us for sure.
No, you just have to wait till you're like 55, 60. Then you can do it.
And you have nothing to worry about.
Joint pain.
Well, that's my thing. Was like it was like dumbing me out. I would smoke weed every night. You'd wake up fucking in a haze every single day.
Really?
Oh fuck yeah.
It gives you a hangover.
Weed hangover is a for sure thing.
Fuck really?
Yeah,
fuck yeah.
For sure it is. You wake up like fucking just cloudy.
Is that right?
And then like just pile that onto doing that every day. Yeah, because like even my buddy like the other day, he's like, oh, you haven't smoked in like so long, and like even like being pretty healthy. He's like, how does it feel? I'm like, I don't know. It feels normal. I don't even remember what it feels like to be hazy, but I remember like you definitely were in a haze.
We did talk about this on the show a little while ago. How like people, like I have friends, for example, who like have a beer every night after work or 2 beers after work, and they like I refuse to drink during the week unless it's like. Or like during quarantine, maybe I did for a little while.
Yeah.
I'd have like a beer on a Monday or Tuesday. But generally, I don't drink unless it's a Friday or Saturday. And
no, those aren't mine.
you can have it if you want.
No, it's alright.
And these guys are all. I used to say the same thing to them. Like, no, man, I'm not drinking a beer. I go to the gym. I gotta wake up early. Got my dog. Got my house. Got shit to do.
Yeah, exactly.
And these guys are going. You can have a couple beers. You won't even notice it. Like you feel fine. And those guys,
suck.
No, but what those guys think is fine is like 7 out of 10. They cap out at 7 out of 10.
Yeah, they're living their life at 70%.
I'm capping out at 9 and 10.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? Like these guys don't understand. And so is that what you're describing here? You kind of like when your buddy's like, "How is it to not be constantly handicapping yourself?"
That's a very good way to put it. Yeah.
Alcohol is a lot worse.
Alcohol is definitely worse. If you're like having like 5-6 beers every day, that's fucking way worse than smoking a bowl every day.
Yeah,
for sure.
Like especially like now, like back, like when I was like heavy into like I don't know anything, like just weed. Well, it was just weed and beer really, but like when I was younger, it was like snap back, have a meal and a coffee, and I'm like 100% again in my head.
Not now though.
No, man. Like I had 3 beers last night, and I felt it this morning.
Oh yeah.
3 fucking Coors Lights.
Yeah.
At like 7.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I'm
Can't do
fucking
it.
old now.
You didn't want to wear Bush Lights, had to impress, eh?
Yeah, well, fucking right, dude.
Coors Lights.
Yeah, any of those CLs?
Yeah.
CLs. Coors Light.
What are you fucking new?
Yeah.
You know what CLs are?
Oh, fire me a CL.
Let's get out of here. This chick doesn't know what CL is.
What street was the bar on?
I don't know. Dalhousie?
Dalhousie?
Whatever.
Why?
I don't. Yeah, what?
I got a friend who lives in Brantford. I've been to Brantford a bunch of times.
Oh,
My dad used to
fucking
work
hell,
there
You
for a long
asked
time.
what the street was on before we asked the name of it?
Yeah.
Brantford's okay.
I know the streets. Like I know Colburn Street in Brantford's pretty nice.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that where we're going to buy our house?
Colburn Street is like a nice little. They got like all the municipal buildings on one side, municipal government buildings. On the other side, they got like a nice open air market, skating rink in the wintertime. University of Waterloo, University of Mohawk, very nice. So yeah, they did a good job with that.
Are you sure you're talking about Brantford?
Yeah.
Brantford.
Why is the University of Waterloo in Brantford?
They have a campus there.
Really?
Yeah, they have Brantford campus.
What the fuck?
Oh yeah, Brantford's
15 minutes away.
buddy. Brantford under the radar has become.
It's alright.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They just got like a weird, like weirdly large homeless problem.
Yeah, there's like drugs. It's like the last place like
Near
in
Reserve.
southern Ontario that people can afford to live, right?
Exactly.
So like that's where they're all gonna go. Everyone's
That's all it is.
gonna
We were talking about that.
They'll be here.
at work,
They'll be
actually.
here soon. Don't
We
worry.
were talking about that at work. Actually, we were talking about like guys that live like natives, right?
Yeah.
That live like. Well, no, I'm just saying we're talking about them because Brantford. No, it's not. This isn't that fucking bad.
Can we
You
get
guys
the
are such
can
fucking
we get the
pussies.
timestamp on that?
They're just such fucking pussy. Can't say native.
Can't say pussy either.
Oh my god, these fucking pansies. Fucking yeah, we were talking imagine being like a native
Yeah.
and then having a job that makes $100K a year.
Yeah.
You take home $100K.
Oh,
No
yeah.
tax. Yeah.
What the fuck is
Is
that?
that income tax and sales
Are
tax?
you fucking kidding me?
I don't know either.
If I make $100K, I take home 60, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm doing well.
You'd barely take
A
home 60.
40K on top of that?
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah.
Like, how are you not killing it?
That's
Oh,
a
my
nice-
paychecks would be like
That's a nice
fucking
chunk. It's like,
crazy.
What kind of an
35, it's like
incentive is that?
3,500 a paycheck.
And then we're just talking about like how like a lot of people they just
More.
don't. They just don't want to take advantage of that like kind of like an opportunity or like an advantage of
Well,
that.
they still take advantage of it.
They take advantage of it in a bad way. I'm like, yo, dude, just go get a fucking sick job and you could be doing
Just go get a sick job.
Well, just go do what
he has a sick
go
job.
do a normal go get a fucking trade.
Yeah, oh
Instead of-
yeah.
You know what I mean? Go get a fucking trade. Fuck it. Make $100,000. Work for $100,000 a year. You make $100,000 a year.
That would be
Like,
fucking
are you fucking
You get every
kidding
penny.
me?
Yeah.
Like $100K take home would be like that's absurd.
Isn't
Yeah.
the
No
entrepreneur
fucking shit.
the entrepreneur story is always that they these people are tired of like giving whatever their quote unquote fair share of TM to the government, right? So these guys are
Well, you still have to.
well, that's what I'm saying. The entrepreneur has to, even though they think that they're not, right? Because they're working for themselves. But
Oh, we're smarter than them.
But
The
if you
stupid
didn't-
people
but
pay
if you
taxes.
didn't- But if you didn't pay any
Fucking
tax,
shut up.
you'd be
Commit.
really taking home every penny.
Oh,
That's
for sure.
invaluable.
And that's kind of what we're talking about. It's fucking insane. A kind of like an opportunity is that. Being born like whatever, a native or whatever, you don't have to pay taxes. What else do they have? They got like crazy weird perks.
I mean, they have some perks, but like the downside.
There's a lot. I'm not saying it's like it's not. It's definitely like it's a trade off for sure.
The community is.
It's downturning.
It's in need. Sure. It's in need. Yeah, I don't work with, but like the charity that I'm on the board for. Like we do a lot of work in the Aboriginal community, and like there's a lot of good people there. A lot of good people who want to make a difference, but talk about pushing a stone uphill. Mm-hmm. It's like there's like an old parable about when you're pushing a boulder uphill, all the rewarding things you feel while you're making it up the hill, but then you get to the top and then it immediately starts falling down the other side.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically the battle that the people in that community and the people who are advocating for that community are fighting. The tax thing, though, man.
Well,
if you get it right.
Well, okay, I'm just saying, I'm not saying I had it super difficult growing up. I grew up in what do you say, middle class? That would be what we are.
Yeah.
My parents made me pay for schooling and all that.
Middle class in a nice area.
Yeah. But fine. But I worked minimum wage jobs.
Middle class bougie.
Minimum wage jobs. I paid for my schooling, got a trade. I'm doing that anyway.
Yeah. Working 12-hour days on a Friday.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Fuck it. And I'm like, why don't you just do that? I'm not I didn't do anything that was I need major opportunity to do so.
Yeah.
Everything I did is very fucking baseline. Anybody can do this shit. I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
Or there's some kind of deal.
We'll go to fucking college. Fuck it. Even if you're not academic enough, or if you didn't have that kind of whatever.
There is some kind of
go to fucking college. They're fucking begging for people. Go in there.
I think it's not. I don't know.
I'm definitely missing a lot of information.
Well, it's not. I'm sure it's not oh fuck we just. I don't know. It's hard to say. So I think it's deeply rooted in we fucked them over, obviously.
Sure.
And that created a lot of
animosity.
But then you're put in a situation where you can't do fucking anything, and you go to a residential school and shit. You don't know how to deal with it. You become an alcoholic.
When did residential schools? When did those stop?
What is that? What's a residential school?
School only for.
They forced all the Aboriginals to go to school. They wouldn't let them speak their language.
They separated them from their families and stuff.
Made them cut their hair and shit.
Yeah.
It was
fuck. It was bad.
Yeah,
really bad.
There's one guy we were talking with. He's like, I don't know what the fuck they're bitching about. They should have been fucking dead. I'm like, okay, man, Jesus,
there's something
that's what you get.
There's something
working with all different age groups of people, right? These guys are in their fucking 60s. They should. I don't know what they're fucking complaining about. They're lucky they're not fucking dead. I'm like, all right, man, fucking take it easy.
So two things. One,
how am I supposed to respond to that?
There'd be a lot to be angry about if you're a teenager.
For sure.
There's a lot of shit to rebel.
How do you think my grandparents feel about coming to Canada? When my grandparents came from Italy, my grandfather, fresh off, buddy.
Oh yeah, legit though.
Womp. He's the one who told me the meaning of munchie cake.
Yeah, that's me.
You know the meaning of munchie cake, Will?
No.
Where that came from?
That's us. That's what
munchie cakes. Munchie cakes is it's like playing telephone with this singular event.
Yeah.
The Italians got off the boat.
I thought I was a cake eater.
You are. When the Italians got off the boat, the Canadians welcomed them with cake, and so the Italians are going, "What are these people giving us cake for? What is this? These cake eaters. What are they talking about?"
Should be fucking psyched. They probably had nothing but fucking shit oatmeal to eat on
but the Italians now, my grandparents, when they look at what they see in front of them, after my grandfather worked at Stelco for 40 years, my grandmother raised 4 kids. These guys look at Canadians now, and they think the same thing we're kind of talking about on the other side of the coin, going, these Canadians, they don't know how good they have it.
Oh yeah,
nobody fucking does.
Your buddy's going. The Aboriginals don't know how good they have it. I don't know about that. I think sometimes
I agree with you.
We don't know how good we fucking have it.
A lot of
I know how good we have it. Real good.
We got it real good. And we're throwing it away in a lot of cases.
Well,
we're trying to. We're trying to.
We just take it for granted, I think is what it is. Imagine being an immigrant. You're coming here. And you're like, my life is fucked. My life is never going to be good. Hopefully my kid's life is going to be better. Yeah. And hopefully my kid's life is going to be fine. So you move here knowing your life is still going to be
Imagine that. Imagine having that, headspace. Being my life it's fucked.
Fucked.
It's fucked. So
Yeah.
all I can do is everything I can to make my kid's life livable.
That's
That's a crazy
reality.
perspective.
That's
for
it.
sure.
That's
Fuck
like
yeah, it
that's
is.
like the single most admirable state of mind I think that you
Oh
could ever
fuck
have.
yeah! You have like a 100-year plan for your family.
What's the that's another parable, right? You're gonna plant a tree that you're never gonna enjoy the shade of.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like it is admirable. It's honorable to do that.
Big
Like, it
time.
really is, and like I don't know, it drives me fucking crazy because like at least like the three of us can sit here and acknowledge that and address it and talk about it. As for other people, they're just like completely ignorant to it.
They're doing coke at 5:00.
Yeah, they're like, fuck it. Like, oh, life fucking sucks. And they're like, a lot of them are like suicidal, depressed.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This and that because, oh, my life sucks. Like, no, your life fucking rocks.
Yeah.
Yo, fuck
You
yeah.
just think it sucks because you're a piece of shit.
The opportunity is like literally like overflowing.
You can
everywhere
like,
you
yeah.
look.
You can do like, and like I always read these things. They're always corny, but it's like you can like it's the choose your hard.
The Instagram post.
Choose your hard. It's like getting up, grinding 18 hours a day, whatever, to make a bunch of money, yada yada. That's hard. So is being fucking broke as shit.
Yeah.
Pick
Yeah,
which
right.
one you want to do. You want to work and have
Uh-huh.
money, or do you want to just be stressed?
There's
and
gonna be
poor?
some level of suffering no matter
Like
what.
we,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
we're literally like so lucky to be able to pick a street. You can pick and be broke if you want,
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
and just like be like, oh, nothing good ever happens to me. What was that?
Oh yeah.
Why doesn't
Everyone's
anything-
lucky but me?
Old Bill's eating food
like,
tonight.
like what the fuck? Exactly. Even like old Gil's fucking fire.
trying,
He's
man.
like,
Even old Gil's
Oh,
grinding. He's hustling.
He's
Fuck
awesome.
yeah.
Like old Gil is like one of my favorite characters. On the series. I
can't-
fucking love.
He
old
can
Gil.
never make the sale, but he's fucking right
He's
there.
never trying.
You just see the pain in his eyes, cracking a smile. It's just a broken smile.
He's eating food
But he's
tonight.
there every fucking day. I love old Gil, man. Like he's the one where everybody's lucky except for him.
This
Oh,
is
And
why.
he shows up every fucking day. I
This-
love old Gil.
This is why. You know, when I was a kid, my brother and I should get my brother on
I'll
the
take it
show
from
one
here,
time.
Gil.
That's
a sale.
That's one of the greatest.
It's like the
It's
best.
incredible. The
The
old
guy
Gil,
does all the legwork. Man. I'll take it from here.
the old Gil highlight reel on
Oh, it's
YouTube
amazing.
is
Yeah.
like, oh fuck, is
It's
it
so
ever
good. I
When his
love
wife,
old
when his
Gil.
wife calls and he's like, "Who's that in the background?
Yeah.
Is that Gary? I thought you said it was over. No, don't put him on. Hey, Gary, how's it going?
Yeah, he's like nice.
no.
He's like, yay!
Oh, no.
So good.
Oh no.
Oh, Gil, man. Like, that is a
Oh.
fucking, like, that is an attitude to strive for. Not his situation. His situation is terrible. But his attitude. Showing, hey! He's even showing up to a conversation with a guy who's banging his wife.
Tough sitch.
Like, the guy never doesn't show up. I love
Oh,
old
my
Gil.
God.
It's fucking great.
I remember when my brother and I were kids, my dad used to say to us all the time, if you guys, because we used to ask for shit, steady, right? Me and my brother were good students in elementary school, and then in high school, obviously, we got distracted and fucking slipped up. And my dad used to say to us, like, if you guys come home with an 80 average, you can have whatever you want. You want a PlayStation? I'll give it to you.
Car?
You want a car? I'll give it to you. You want whatever you want, you can have it.
Canoe?
I would never ask for that. We're landlocked up in the mountain.
Oh, right.
But
Fuck you want? No!
but
Of course
he
you can.
said he used to say it all the time, and like I never at the time I was like, this is nuts. All I gotta do is come up with an 80 average. I could never do it.
Oh, yeah?
I never did it.
I don't think I ever did it.
I never
Maybe
did
in
it.
grade 9.
I never did it.
I did.
And my dad, you know, now that my dad
My
doesn't.
parents didn't even bother offering me that opportunity.
You know, now that my dad doesn't. Now,
Like, you passed
now that my
every
dad
class.
has
I
time
did
to
it.
like. Now that he's got time to be nice to me, you know, he once in a while we'll talk about like that offer, and he'll be like, you know, if you had gotten that 80 average, you would have never asked for any of those things. You would have asked for like better stuff, like opportunities that I could help you with, or like camps or whatever.
Maybe.
And I thought, you know
Maybe.
what? Maybe.
I would.
And you know what he said though? He goes, and if you wanted the other stuff anyways, I would have got it for you.
Yeah, fuck
Would have
yeah.
been fine. If you can get an 80 average,
Your dad's a respectable guy. He's
'Cause when
definitely
you-
fucking because he was in a position where he could do so.
yeah, and but he knew, right? He's like, if you guys get an 80 average, world's gonna be your oyster. You do whatever you want, right? And,
Yeah.
you know, I got lucky. I did pretty well anyway. My brother, you know, for all his shortcomings, I think he's on the cusp of being a better man. And I think a lot of people don't have that opportunity, right? The problem is not always that the friends you keep are no good, because I think a lot of people keep friends who are no good, right?
Yeah, for
We all
sure.
have friends
Especially
who are
when, like, I don't know about you, but like in Dundas, there were so many fucking different friends to choose from.
highest teen pregnancy rate in the country for a long time.
That's
Ontario.
Sure.
And like But honestly, in my grade, I think at least 3 of like people in my group doctors now.
Yeah?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Your grade for some reason it seemed like they had like a lot of people that were taking academic and like they were doing like a lot of different shit. Like my grade, like my friends applied.
Yeah.
All the girls were in academic.
Right.
But what's wrong with applied? Like, you got to trade.
That's fine. Yeah, I know, but that's not. You don't take applied because I'm going to trades. Fucking, that was my attitude.
Yeah.
But that's not everybody's attitude.
Yeah, like if Grace Franchetto, her parents are both dentists, if she's like, I don't want to be a carpenter, they'd be like, ugh.
I don't think so.
But like, you could
Really?
you don't have to.
Yeah, my parents sat me down. It's like, okay, Mike, you're going. I'm like, yeah,
You're like,
I know.
what?
I know.
I'm not going to be a podiatrist?
Hey, you say what you want, but like, the trades, you know, Kenzie and I both went probably the academic route, but guess what? The fan of my fucking washing doesn't work. When this guy's got time,
Yeah.
maybe I'll
Definitely
be
not
able
doing it tonight.
to, maybe I'll be able to take a shit with the fan on. But until Mr. Applied's got some time for me,
Yeah, but
I can't. I have no
Yeah,
choice.
the difference is that like you guys go to your your nice jobs, and I have to go into shit because I went to apply.
Yeah, but
That's
don't-
the difference.
Yeah,
It's look. I'm okay with it, but that's the deal.
What did you do after work today?
I was in. What do you mean?
After you finished your regular job, what did you do?
I didn't. I just went to that.
You didn't go to the other job
No.
today? So last week.
He
you
did.
You went to the other job, right? You had a couple extra
you went
hours.
to the other job today.
Yeah, but I just went there right away.
As
That's
it
what I'm saying.
Yeah, as it turns out, no one's gonna pay me to fill out more forms and add more red tape.
Yeah, but the thing is, the difference in the
After
trade.
hours.
Like what I'm saying is the trade-off is.
Can you imagine
fucking,
you go on Fiverr? Like, does anyone need anyone to hold up their work a little bit with some bureaucracy?
but you gotta
I'm an
do-
expert in bureaucracy.
Yeah, but think about it. You're making you guys both make like more so you, Mr. Fed, like you make a comfortable living like in a nice, comfortable environment,
Yeah.
right?
It's
Most
alright.
of the time,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
As where I have to go work. I have to work for a living. That's
Hands.
what the deal is.
Hands.
That's the deal. I have
Yeah.
to work. I have to physically exhaust myself.
You're the blue.
Yeah, that's what it is. And I'm okay with that, but a lot of people aren't okay with that, and I understand. Right? Like a lot of people that go into it, they're like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, well, if you didn't want to do it, you should have tried harder in school.
Do you
Yeah.
crave the white collar?
No.
Because I sometimes crave the blue collar. I can't be the only person who
We
wants
talked
to, like,
about this.
Yeah,
before.
we did talk
We'll
about
this.
pose
Did we?
that question.
Yeah.
I can't be the only person who's like, I wouldn't mind getting my hands dirty
Well, no,
today.
that's what I said. I think it's way more so that the white collars want to be blue collars than blue collars want to be white collars.
I just know I couldn't
For
do
sure.
it. I wouldn't be able to thrive in that environment. Like to me, that environment's soul sucking. With my personality, the way that I am, I wouldn't do well there.
Yeah.
I can do well here, and it's just like, okay, fine. I can just fucking hang out with people that are like me, I guess. Like I wouldn't be. I can't censor myself in an office.
We know.
Right.
I'd be fucking fired,
You can't even do it here.
and I wouldn't.
Every week.
Wouldn't even fucking try. And like it's just like that's just the difference. It's like these are the people that I like. I just found people that I like people that I can work with, spend majority of my life with.
Yeah.
Like I don't crave white collar. I crave like the.
Well, what do you
comfort.
crave? Sitting at a desk?
Exactly.
What's the alternative?
It's
Yeah.
just it's all the only thing that I would ever crave is just comfort.
Well,
Most times I'm not really comfortable.
But when it's
Aren't you-
fucking minus 20 out at 5
Yeah.
a.m. and you have to go stand outside. Yeah,
Yeah,
fuck that.
that's
That's
what
when
I'm
I'm
saying.
always like, bless up for this.
But
Exactly.
you know what's cool
That's
though?
about it.
Like, did you ever work at like a golf course or something like that?
No, I worked
I
at
did.
blue collar jobs.
Have you? Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. All through university I did.
Yeah, same. So like,
But that was in the summer. I never worked a blue collar job in the winter.
yeah, but like
winter
you
was
start
rough.
your university summer starts end of April, middle of April.
Yeah.
If your exam schedule permits, it's fucking cold in the middle of April at 5 a.m. at a golf
yeah,
course.
it is cold, but it's
Wet
not
and
fucking.
cold.
It's not February.
You know what I do enjoy about blue collar work, the blue collar work that I've done? The fucking camaraderie
Yeah, man.
Oh,
at a
it's
blue
great.
collar job
Love it.
is way more like
Yeah.
It's awesome.
it's more legit.
It's awesome.
It's more legit.
Those are my
Like,
fucking
is.
boys, man.
yeah, man.
They're my boys.
Because
man.
you're in this shit together. You're getting
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
exactly what it
Yeah.
is, and it's fucking great. Like you just become like fucking solid. Like we were leaving today, the guys are like, "Oh, we're going to my house for a beer." We just worked for fucking 10, 11 hours. And
Yeah.
like, we're going to fucking so and so's for a beer. You coming? I'm like, I'd fucking love to, but I gotta go fucking do this. I'm like, all right, whatever, easy trade. But they're like, oh, whatever. But you just don't want to hang out. I'm like, I fucking do. Now I do, especially. I just want to sit down and have a fucking beer.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go sit down with you guys and have a fucking beer, man, and do this show. So
Do you
like,
tell them about the show?
No.
You should.
I don't want to because I definitely fucking harp on the union and all that shit, and like say some shit that I shouldn't say.
Yeah, but I think overall, you're a pretty good proponent for you and your peers and your colleagues.
There's some variables that I shouldn't be saying and yada yada. It's a weird.
Well, I don't think I'd like if my fucking guy that I sit beside listened either.
A few people I work with listen to the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that I like. I also don't really like fucking say, hey, by the way, I do podcast.
I think we're more balanced than I think at the time we're recording.
You're the one who's always saying we got to cut.
Yeah,
that
when I listen back to it, it's
never bad.
It's never as bad as I thought it was. The first few unlistenables will never be released. Those were.
We still got to sit down and
we do. We definitely
be fucking funny. Man.
Terrible. How bad they are. They're on my laptop in the cabinet.
That's where they keep
locked away.
The safe. Do you want to give any recommendations before we're done?
I do. I was like,
oh wow.
Yeah, true. I did listen to
hour 30.
This one thing about George Carlin, who by the way is
great comedian.
He's one of the best of all time.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
George Stradamus.
He was like the shit he said. He's like, and I've just like completely coincided with his opinion 100%. Like I'm completely on board. He's just like. Because I've been saying this a lot lately, because like I'm just, like now I'm at the point in my life, like I'm 27, turning 28 in a couple months, I'm like, okay, just seeing the way things are going, and I'm just like, yo, I have given up on the human race. I am fucking done with it.
This is a recommendation?
Yeah. Oh no, well,
you also recommend us.
I recommend this opinion, yeah.
Okay.
Because it's very liberating to like sit there and do this, because like especially because it goes along with like social medias and all that shit, and like because everybody's like going for approval and validation and
yeah.
If you just like fucking flip the script and look at it the other way and be like, oh, I'm just gonna watch this as opposed to care about it.
Entertainment only.
Yeah, I'm here for the fucking show. George Carlin was praying that a comet hit the earth. He's like, if I live, I want to see what the fuck goes down in that. He loves seeing. It was like, I like humans under pressure. Yeah. Oh man, it was like it's just fucking. He's like, I'm just here for the entertainment.
Carlin is like,
man, like it's super jaded.
Man.
But it was like, man, it's like a beautiful perspective. I'm like, yeah, man, this is exactly what I'm feeling right now.
If you didn't have to live through it.
Oh fuck it, whatever. If fucking comet hits the earth, we're all fucked. If you live, then well, good luck. I'd like to see.
I'd watch it on a movie.
I'd like to see. I just like to see how I do.
I like to see. I like to watch the movie. I'd like to see.
I want to see how I do.
Why don't you just fucking go out in the woods, man? Try it out.
Well, it's different though, because it's still fucking easy.
You'll be an uncontacted tribe in the Dundas Valley.
The next thing you know, my head's on a stake as a message to not come closer. Get the fuck away from our tribe.
You're the tribe.
I am? I'll just start
the tribe, yeah.
So what's your recommendation? Don't take things too seriously, just enjoy the show?
Sure. If you want a jaded, nihilistic appearance, or fucking goddamn.
Nihilistic
opinion.
Nihilistic, good word.
Yeah, if you want that, yeah. But like, I'm just like sick of it, man. I don't know. I saw it last night. I was like, fuck. I watched like a 5-minute fucking interview with him. And I was like, oh, this is pretty good.
Who's
interviewing him?
Well, I was gonna say who's interviewing, but what's your favorite Carlin stand-up?
Oh my god, the one where he starts talking about his immune system.
I don't remember.
It's like fucking.
Is that the one where he names the words? The one with the words is good.
The one with the words, yeah.
The one with the bitch, whatever it is. See what everyone knows what the words are.
Yeah. No, I was trying to make fun of you because like the one with the words.
Man, like I love every single one of his bits are my favorite bits. Like, he doesn't miss.
Or when he's talking about God, he's like, yeah, he'll fix you, he'll cure you, he'll put you in the hellfire. He's not great with money.
Yeah.
He needs more money.
Your Uncle Dave, my Uncle Dave, a million Uncle Daves win the lottery. All the Uncle Daves are sitting there talking about how they never got a break. No, like it's just like when he's talking about his immune system and shit, and it's so fucking funny. He's like, my immune system is equipped. He just starts talking about just starts listing like weaponry and shit. It's so good, man.
Obviously, it wasn't.
It's it's fucking he's phenomenal.
Did he die of cancer? He did, right?
I think he died of overdose. I think.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, that guy was
heart attack. He did a lot of coke.
He's probably done a few drugs in his time. Yeah. What's your recommendation for the week?
I don't have a recommendation.
Do coke.
It's a new segment that we started last week.
And I also didn't have one last week, and I forgot about it.
You had a week to prepare.
Do you have one?
Yeah, I got one.
Okay, what is it?
There's a Twitter account for a kid called YoungInvestor_12.
I hate him already.
And he's
a 12 what?
He's 12 years old.
No.
The guy's 12 years old. He's got a YouTube channel.
Hate him.
And he sent out a tweet the other day to Chamath,
Okay.
Polyapathy or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
He said, Chamath, I love your investing strategy. Love to have on my podcast. I don't know much about SPACs, but we could talk about it. My channel only has about 20 subs. I would love to have you on. Chamath responded to him.
Nice.
He's like, you're
Good
breaking.
man.
He's like, you're breaking a bunch of laws being on Twitter. You're breaking even more laws having an investing podcast channel.
Really?
But talk to me in a few years. The kid's got
Age?
20,000 followers now on Twitter
Oh,
and
God.
15,000 subs on YouTube.
So we had to lie about Mike's age. That's what you're saying.
You're only 16.
Hey guys.
And this guy's getting Preston Pitch from the Investors Podcast channel on his podcast this week or next week, and a bunch of other big guests to talk shit about investing.
Have you listened to his podcast?
I haven't yet, but I'm going to at some point. Like, it's
Just
almost
give it a shot. Yeah.
it's inevitable. All the people I follow and listen to their podcasts,
Mhm.
they're going to his fucking channel.
Yeah, I wonder if it's just like some hack like this.
He's a kid. He's a kid. The guy is a kid. He's a child. He's like my
He's 12.
His Twitter profile up until like 2 days ago was like, my dad runs my profile. Come on.
So
That's what you
does he even
recommend?
have a fucking podcast then?
He's got a YouTube channel.
So what are you recommending?
His YouTube channel.
Yeah, check it out.
You haven't even looked at it.
Try it out.
I'm gonna look it up right now. Young Investor _12.
So he's had to change his fucking name every year. That's not very smart.
Well, Will, everyone had a fucking email at _2000 for a long time, did they
No,
not?
I didn't.
Mine was
Come on.
_69.
Sure you did.
Exactly.
He must have.
We were way cooler than that.
That's timeless.
Well, neither of you guys were born in 1969, so what the fuck is going on here? Something is happening.
And neither of us had definitely 69 at that point either.
I'm gonna find this this account. It is. I don't want to mess this up. The
Now we're fucking plugging this.
The
kid.
account is.
This kid doesn't need any more plugs.
The account is.
He's getting another 100 viewers.
The account is investor _2. That's the account.
Okay, everyone, don't go look at that.
It's good.
Watch
It's
ours
good.
again.
This is. I can't believe this kid. Charge Point Stock Analysis SBE. He's a child.
Is he smarter than us?
Fucking, he might be.
He's gonna be.
He's at least better marketer than we are.
Low bar.
fucking right.
Because we're not getting 20,000 fucking rips an episode.
Yeah, but he's like that Greta
Yeah.
Thunberg bullshit. Like, oh, you're
Yeah,
young, so like
maybe.
fucking people care. I hate that shit.
Yeah.
I think we talked about that before.
Yeah, we started podcasts in our late 20s and
Early 30s.
scraping.
Don't worry about it.
At least
We
we
made like $14 in a year.
We're gonna get some Facebook.
Our first year was rough. Next year we're gonna double it.
Somebody
Exponential.
who's got a Facebook account should pay for ads.
Next
for us.
year it goes $28.
We made $10 on.
Yeah,
We made $10 on some-
108,
Some-
112.
Somebody signed up for ShakePay. We made $10. That was a little while ago. I just put it into Bitcoin. It's probably like $16 now.
Holy fuck.
Bitcoin for you.
No. What do you mean?
Oh,
We'll
for
use
the
it-
boys?
We'll use it for advertising.
Can I withdraw?
Yeah.
I want to cash out.
From
I need a coffee on Monday.
from the podcast
Get
account.
like $2.
It's 3 day. Yeah.
Fuck. Need a coffee on Thursday.
I gotta go through the anti-money laundering procedures. You guys know how it is.
check, please.
You guys know how
When are
it
we
is.
buying our first laundromat?
Our first line?
Our first
You
sheetrock?
can't even afford a gram of coke yet.
We can't. We got like more than 4,000 or 5,000 plays on this podcast, so we can probably afford.
monies?
It's probably sitting in the account.
I
We
get
need
money.
we need a U.S. bank account to get the money out.
Wow.
Well, we need an offshore bank account.
Whatever. We're done.
Launder it.
Good night and God bless. Hit the button.
Peace.
Thanks for coming out.